First of all, I better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. On today's episode of Danganronpa, we're gonna investigate the death of Chihiro. And we're gonna try to breeze through this because I gotta go shopping later. Yay! I did not tell you that.
No, you did not.
Because I figured we would get through the trial pretty fast anyway, so. The victim was Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 o'clock in the morning. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. This is a great recap. I appreciate this. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. That's so sad, but I'm so happy she was killed instantly.
Yeah, that she didn't suffer.
No pain. Poor thing. That's all it says. You know, it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. Fair. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Nice.
Nice. Hey, Makoto. Do you have a second?
Makoko. Huh? Did you... Did you need something from me?
Daddy.
You are acknowledging my existence?
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know.
So, what do you need?
I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation.
Cooperate. Huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent.
Purchasing
the same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. With what? We don't have any fucking money in here, and if we are you gonna just stuff monocoins down my pants?
Why does he consider it a talent when it was just the first case?
Why does he consider a talent when he spent the whole first case shitting on it?
That's what I'm saying. They only had one trial and he's purchasing Makoto's talent. So, no, I got lucky, bro.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you.
Limited
Pikachu.
use.
You have the honor of contributing to my investigation.
So you're inviting me to come with you? You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
And thus you've pierced the paradigm of Byakuya Togami.
Honestly, though, yeah.
Yeah. Now then, shall we get started?
But...
We need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around.
I was gonna say something about the fuckboy McGee over here, but I've completely forgot. Ted.
Byakuya?
Byakuya. I was gonna say something about Byakuya, and I don't remember. I don't really know what just happened. But it looks
like Byakuya will be fucking me up the ass for the rest of this game.
Damn, bro.
That's what he said. We're moving on.
Okay. Look how 2D Mondo is right now.
Okay, so who do you want to talk to first? Oh wow, it's literally just an Audi parade in here.
Yeah, because my character's dead. It's literally all you.
Yeah. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? I need to get stronger. Wow, I like spoke out for a second there.
Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once.
Yeah, sure did. Which I guess explains the trip down here.
But did she really need to get stronger that badly?
Mondo, you need to breathe. You're getting blue in the face. Right under your friggin' cornucopia.
He's so angry, bro. You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. What's her name? Sakura is literally right next
would
to
like
Mondo.
A word with you. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff.
The cause of Chihiro's complex. Can't help wondering what it might be. Mondo.
Nice.
Bro, my arm hurts. Make it go away.
Yeah, I bet.
I thought his hair was a pizza slice. That's a bumpy ass pizza slice, Faye. I would not eat that.
No, I wouldn't eat his hair, but I do want a slice of pizza.
Same.
I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death.
But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else than carried here. Bro.
She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. What?
Well, Makoto dropping them facts.
I still think she came here on her own, by choice.
What makes you say that?
She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger.
So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really been exercising that late?
Perhaps.
Hina or myself are usually in the locker room during the day.
Perhaps.
She was probably avoiding it then, so in the end...
Aw, avoiding it.
Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us.
And instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
What, have you not had a bulky pizza slice that's full of cheese sauce? I don't like a lot of cheese on mine, actually. I like normal cheese, extra sauce, and just a little bit of topping.
I've had a chicken pizza with extra cheese and it was very banger. But Mondo's hair is too lumpy for that though.
It looks like a buffalo chicken pizza.
Yeah, buffalo chicken pizza sucks, by the way.
I don't like buffalo chicken, perhaps. But it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others.
So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the
That's
night
valid,
to train in secret?
Totally valid.
Eat chicken on
I don't like
pizza.
chicken on pizza either.
I don't either. I was just really hungry that day.
I like bacon and mushrooms.
I like bacon. But that she also would have come with someone else.
Hello, Thane. You
What?
ignored me all day.
That she could, but that she also would have come
And
with...
she
oh,
wanted
I
to
see.
train, but she would have
Yes.
come with someone
no,
else.
yes. I get
It's
it.
a possibility, I think.
I get it. I get it. I
Thank
get
you,
it.
Sakura.
I don't like bacon.
I love bacon.
Faye,
I love
what's
bacon.
wrong with you, Faye? Do we need to have a
No, it's-
bacon intervention?
It's valid. Not a lot of people do.
It's
I like
invalid.
pepperoni as well. Yum.
I don't like pepperoni.
My preferred pizza is pepperoni, mushroom, and bacon, but
Ew.
pepperoni is like murder on my tum-tum.
My preferred pizza is extra cheese. That's it.
Ted.
She took her time examining Chihiro's corpse. She poked and prodded, going over every inch of the lifeless body.
Makoto shook. You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a dead body with absolutely no trouble. Ted.
She seems to be concentrating pretty hard. It's like she can't even hear. I love the idea of Kyoko just ignoring Byakuya.
That would get right under his skin.
What a queen!
If you have time to talk, you have time to start investigating.
Wow,
well,
bro.
okay then.
Just want to have a little talky talk with like the guy, the bro. There's a dumbbell on the floor.
But Makoto's standing right in front of it. The dumbbell is right in the mirror.
Shit. Oh my god.
What?
Nobody heard that. No.
I didn't actually. What was it?
Maybe stream did. I dropped my light. There's a
Oops.
blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell.
Wow, Makoto. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her.
My preferred is extra cheese, different types of cheese, barbecue sauce. Ooh, nice. Extra pepperoni, gross. Spicy ground beef. I've never had that. Caramelized onions, yum, and red onions. Yum.
I don't like onions.
Make all of that, Faye.
I don't like barbecue sauce on my pizza.
I love barbecue sauce on my pizza. Holy shit, it's so good. Not
But
like
I do
all the
like to do
time,
something.
but-
I do like to do something extremely sacrilegious with my pepperoni, mushroom, and bacon pizza, and that's. No, I'm not gonna say it. You'll all judge me.
What, put pineapple on it like a heathen?
No, but I do
Yeah.
like bacon and pineapple pizza on its own.
Wow.
I'm not saying what my sacrilege thing is. Go ahead and read Makoto's line.
Does that mean the dumbbell was actually the murder weapon?
That's right.
You roll it up and
I
stick it
don't
out the
imagine it could have
tines.
been anything else. No.
Wow, Faye calling you out.
I dip it in ranch.
Ranch on pizza's pretty good though.
Yeah. I don't imagine it could have been anything else.
Wow, that's so weird.
Now, I believe it's about time for us to move on.
Is it a call out or a confession? Damn. Does that mean you roll up your pizzas, Faye? Huh? Already? I don't think
Oh, okay. You dip it in garlic mayo? Okay.
Oh
that's
my
not-
god,
that'll-
garlic mayo's so good.
I don't know about the mayo on pizza, but I don't judge you because I dip mine in ranch.
No, garlic
So-
mayo is a banger.
I like garlic aioli on sandwiches.
That's also a banger.
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. Bro, I haven't even checked a ding-dang thing.
That's true, but...
Let's go.
If you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. I'm not, though.
He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time.
I haven't even finished looking. I don't know about that.
What about if
it depends on what kind.
Coleslaw.
It depends on what kind.
Not
depends
a fan
on what
of coleslaw.
kind. I like homemade coleslaw. I don't like the slop you get at like a chicken restaurant.
Mm-mm.
So this is our next location.
Huh? This place is related to the investigation?
Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right?
You're not even investigating! Ted. Maybe this gun was used to... No, impossible. If that were true, Chihiro would be riddled with holes. Chihiro would also be dead outside, not inside.
The door, maybe?
Homemade with lettuce, onion, grated carrots, mayo as the sauce.
That's not even the scene of the crime, idiots.
How do you know, though?
No onion for me. I don't like onions.
I like red onions.
I haven't spent plenty of time checking the crime scene, Byakuya. There are plenty of other things left to check here. Like what? Up your ass?
Did you check that stuff? There are a bunch of different pool-related items on the shelf. Have nothing to do with the case. Maybe the camera? Did you check the camera?
Hold on.
Flotation donut, I don't think it's related to what happened to Chiro. I want a donut now.
I want a sugar-free donut. Surveillance camera.
I want a chocolate glazed donut. Also, David, I don't know if you've bought 100 line or whatever, but there's a killing game route in that I found out today. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should— Don't summon him! I don't want to do his voice!
He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
God damn it!
It's just— yeah, there you go. Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up?
Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook.
I just had a horrendous idea.
And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there were some sort of erotic terrorists on the prowl.
I like how you ignored me. Didn't even
The
ask.
ceiling-mounted Gatling gun, because you said it was a terrible idea, and your terrible ideas are truly terrible. So, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. Also, I have to focus on doing my voices.
But they're also fun. Anyway, my horrendous idea was, what if Monokuma Live 2D? I'm sure it exists.
No.
I'm sure it does exist, but what if?
No.
What if, though? What if?
No. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Correct.
Correctly correct.
So then, that means only girls can go into girls' locker room and boys can go into boys' locker room. In other words, Shihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means...
Hey, Makoto, I can see right through you.
No, you can't, liar, bitch.
I can see right through your clothes, right down to your undies.
No, you can't. Don't do that. Stop. We're in public.
Anyway.
Why do you have cats on your undies?
What if what cats?
Yes.
Because they're cute. What's wrong with that?
No, you were supposed to... Oh, man, you didn't take my joke.
What did you want me to say? Makoto would say it's cute.
You were supposed to list all the cats that are living in Makoto's room.
Bro, I
his
can't.
Cat would be on his
I
undies.
can't remember.
Ricardo, Ronaldo,
exactly.
Becky.
I don't remember half of that shit.
Allow me to tell you what you're thinking.
Are you a mind reader now?
What is this Elon Musk ass attitude?
Oh, Elon Musk wishes.
Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So in other words,
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple.
Yeah, how can you be so confident and be so wrong at the same time? But am I wrong?
You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good.
Wait, hold on. You're saying that's loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it. So,
So sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together. I was stuck on the word. I was like, why poop? Why poop?
You read ahead before you even got there.
I did. Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest your own damn self. So you can say damn,
Yeah.
but you said poop.
Yeah. Ted.
Me too, Makoto. Me too.
That's fine.
Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall.
The main hall?
That'll help you understand what's going on.
Bro, you trying to... Makoto, shouldn't you be suspicious that Byakuya is trying to paint a picture here? A specific one. We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here?
Head, but in bitch face.
Does that mean I have to figure it out myself? There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's a handbook. 3, actually. Oh. But what are they doing here?
So you finally found it. Bro, it was the first place I looked.
Did you know these were here, Byakuya?
I happened to find them by chance the other day. It seems there's a system in place when the handbooks of dead students get quote-unquote delivered to this mailbox.
So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka.
You can go ahead and confirm it yourself.
I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... Is it Sayaka's or Junko's? It's Sayaka's.
Sayaka Mazzano!
You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook.
Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier.
Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it.
Get closer to attention to blah, 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 blah. He stole, whoever it is, stole the handbooks from Thing.
Yeah, now I understand.
What?
Hold on a second.
What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on.
Is it broken? Whose is it?
The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up.
Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs.
Pummeled with baseballs. Memory of it came flooding
Yeah.
back. That cruel punishment
Oh,
which led to
Makoto Naegi
Leon's
Poetry
death.
Slam.
How dare you try to skip it? The execution that the mastermind concocted. The cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault. And in comes Monokuma.
Damn it!
Hey! Hey! Hey!
What?
That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily.
But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters. Okay. I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with. It wouldn't do crap. Oh. But even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point.
It does?
I can't hear you.
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right?
Hmm.
Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be?
Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared.
I appreciate the mastermind giving them integral clues like that, honestly.
Yeah. Probably because they know they would get stuck if they didn't. What just happened? Because the mastermind, as much as a lot of people hate to admit it, is a genius.
And likes to play fair.
Yes. Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on. Unless
fine.
it's not.
Well, I don't see any
Leon's
connection
thing.
Yeah. Well, way to say the quiet point loud, you dingus.
That's what they're fucking suggesting.
I know.
That's what Monokuma
They're not
said.
just suggesting it. They're not just suggesting it. They're bashing it over the head like a hammer into your skull.
Monokuma laid it out pretty damn clear.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't. Byakuya.
Byakuya's like, this does not help in where I want Makoto to go, so I'm gonna ignore it.
This does not follow my narrative. He's doing a Taylor Swift. I'm removing myself from this narrative.
Did you really say that?
Yeah.
You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. That's so funny. I'm removing myself from this narrative.
This should be enough to get things rolling.
I'm gonna say
Let's begin our investigation.
every time you say something I don't agree with.
Which isn't very often. Let's begin our investigation. I'm trying to give Byakuya a little bit more of like a spark in his voice because he's actually interested here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit.
Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro.
To be exact, not quite.
Excuse me? What do you mean not quite? What do you mean not
Fuck
quite?
You mean, ho? FYM.
FYM.
That's what
FYM, Byakuya.
Certainly, I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true...
Oh no, the caffeine
What
is
is
hitting.
wrong with me? What is wrong with me? I watched it. You know what's funny? Is, okay, keep in mind beforehand, this is not a conscious thing. Why is Arya's mom? Why am I not moving?
Because you're dead.
There we go. I watched the Game Grumps commentary thing earlier when they did the tongue ties and bluffs and stuff like that, the flubs. And I was like, man, I should start playing my flubs up a little more because those are genuinely hilarious. And I'm doing it right now without even meaning to do it.
Jeez.
I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack.
Byakuya, we lost a classmate. Bro, that's not important.
Here's the thing about Byakuya.
Bro.
He doesn't give a shit.
I know he doesn't give a shit. It's not important. We lost our classmate. That's what Makoto says. You truly believe Genocide Jack's the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the true culprit in this case.
The murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
I mean, how many times are we going to say
We
his
have
name?
to say it like 5 times.
Genocide Jack. It's like a Candyman thing.
Yeah.
Candyman. Yeah.
What?
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre... You know, it would be more logical for Byakuya to think that Genocide Jack was the mastermind, I feel.
I feel like the reason why Byakuya doesn't think that is because Genocide Jack is not a genius.
Yeah, but Byakuya doesn't know the mastermind's a genius.
I mean, you kind of
He
have
just
to
knows
be,
they're
though.
he just knows they're a murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method.
Yeah.
Just like...
Okay, alright, so let's think of this in Byakuya logic, right? You're a serial killer based on your methods of killing. So, if Genocide Jack kills in a specific way, which Byakuya knows Genocide Jack does, I don't believe Byakuya would assume Genocide Jack is the mastermind because all the murders have been different. And also, Jack's not the one who's been killing. This is the first instance in Byakuya's mind.
I know.
Theoretically.
But it just makes sense in my head for, like, Byakuya to assume that Jack, because he expressed interest in Genocide Jack at, like, the end of last chapter. You know what I mean?
Right, because of what we'll find out later. I'm pretty sure he had no, like, Byakuya had no care about Genocide Jack until the library opened up.
Yeah. They would, David, I agree.
They would, absolutely.
They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly and then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? In you know what? 2000s internet? Sure, they would call them Genocide Jack. But in 2025, they would be called Fuck Daddy 51.
Wow. Wow.
Murder groupies do exist, dude.
I know they do. They have always existed. For as long as serial killers have existed. Genocide Jack. I gotta say, that is a dope-ass serial killer name. They say he...
I actually like...
Go on.
I like, well, I can't say that part yet because it's a spoiler to the ones who haven't played. So, never mind, I'll hold that thought.
They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be a demented psychotic killer like that? Bro, there's more than one, I'll tell you that.
Have we not been through a class trial, my friend? You're not wrong to wonder.
But words mean little right now.
Oh my god.
Makoto, what's wrong with you?
Reminder of the last time we played this, when I lost my ever-loving mind because of that one sentence.
That one? But
words mean little right now. So why are we still standing here running our fucking mouths rather than looking at the locker room where the dead body is?
What are we investigating?
I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. Why are we letting fuck-ass McTruckfuck lead us wherever he wants rather than doing our own investigation?
This is such a flag that he's up to no good.
Oh, I already... Never mind.
He's got proof.
A basis. Okay.
Okay.
Assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us.
Is there really proof?
There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will prove all the evidence you need.
Hello,
It's all
baby.
clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one who killed Chihiro. How did the bathing treatment work?
Well, he smells like the soap the shampoo that we used yesterday, and his fur is very soft. I don't know if it, like, stopped the itchy, because he's only had it one time, but he seems pretty jolly. To be clean, at least.
Yeah, and Leon was successfully a cold-blooded killer.
Sayako was indeed attempted by...
Attemptedly.
Attemptedly a cold-blooded killer, true.
And Leon was successfully a cold-blooded killer.
I will never get over the fact that the reason why those two died first was because the development team were tired of looking at them. I think that's, like, my favorite fun fact.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's legit why. Evidence? Does something like that really exist?
Let's both say this just in case. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Hey, you two! Oh, we should have known. Just by the cadence, we should have known.
Big trouble. Need your help.
I don't have time to play
We're
with
busy. Leave us alone.
Damn.
I mean,
But it's an emergency. Emergency!
Follow the bouncing tibbies, Byakuya.
Leon was a crime of passion. Leon was a crime of passion.
But he's still cold-blooded.
Come on, please.
Still
You gotta
cold-blooded
help
murder.
me. Oh my god, he's so soft. Yeah, like, Draco's, like, super soft now.
Good.
It's a serious emergency. Please, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Ina? Damn. But it's an emergency! An emergency? What happened?
But she's only said the word like 12 times, Makoto.
It's a super duper emergency. Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. More so than usual.
That's what he said.
What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued.
Sus.
I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her.
Sus. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Thank you,
Alright.
Byakuya.
I didn't expect that. Though, I thought for sure he'd just say no. That'd be the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, hurry. Wait for us, Hina. Damn.
Let's go.
It looked like it. It looks like she headed to the dorms,
No,
to Toko's room,
maybe.
most likely.
You're right.
Eat him.
Do you hear him? He's like in front of the camera. I mean, in the microphone.
No.
Sad.
Discord's saying no. Oh, aw, sad.
Or Junko.
Such ignorance.
You're talking to the wrong person, you waste of space. Sorry, Daddy.
Wow. Waste of space. Is Toko inside? Some kind of emergency. Bro is stunned.
Hello?
Can you not touch the door? Can you not touch the doorbell? You having trouble aiming?
I'm clicking.
Do you have to talk to Hina?
Maybe, where is she? Oh, there she is. Hello, Titty McGee.
You guys are too slow! I think you're just too fast.
So what's this emergency?
So,
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her. You know, see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff.
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves.
Yeah, good idea. Bro said that's fine. May as well give it a shot.
Ding dong.
Ding dong.
The door swung open.
The sword swung open.
Slowly and silently.
This is you.
Ted.
So
Holy crap. She's shaking. The aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
and it wasn't just her smell this time.
A gasp.
What?
Oh.
Nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
Just a tiny peek.
Won't allow it.
Huh?
Won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Just like that, she slammed the door in my face.
Well, that's certainly a thing.
What was that?
Hmm.
She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago. Back to the flashback, because that's all they had the budget for.
Yep.
I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even
now I hear
bar her
him.
door. You hear him?
Yes, I
Oh
do.
my god, you're so loud. You're so loud, baby.
I love you.
Don't let me. Does she
Iggy,
think
you
this...
love me as much as Draco loves Min.
No.
Iggy.
Does she think the same
Wow.
thing as Byakuya?
Wow. That was mean.
No. Does she really think serial killer Genocide Jack is
hi, babe.
really... Whoa. Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro?
I have a big fat orange thing.
Damn. You got an orange...
I do. Hang on. He's got loose fuzz on his neck. I gotta get it off him.
Draco always has
There we
loose
go.
fuzz. I just let him suffer. Is that why Toko's so scared?
But
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her.
Go ahead, Thaney.
Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? I think you should just leave her be, bro. Is there anybody who can persuade her? Turns around. Byakuya. Do you think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean?
Ted.
That's fine.
Sure, whatever.
Why are you being so compliant? Huh? You're gonna talk to her? Bleh. You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Well, I guess you can be nice when you want to, or unless you want something.
Ted.
Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
What do you want?
Leave me alone. You're all so annoying. Bakula!
It's Byakuya.
Bakula! I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. Don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control of her again. Bakula. And with that,
Bakula.
door slammed shut.
Hi, Gunter.
Hi, Gunter. You missed the tea, bro. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off.
There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation.
Bakula. Hold on. Byakuya, what is Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise? You guys talking
Thane is,
without me around? The fuck is this, bro?
Thane is beating me in the leg with his tail.
He loves you.
What?
He do.
What tea that you missed? The Byakuya tea.
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure.
Bro, I can you know what that smell is? That's called bullshit.
No, that's Toko. It's like creeping through the edges of the door.
Ew. Have you ever smelled a person who's been unwashed before?
I've smelled my mother-in-law.
Yeah. I have a coworker who's just like your mother-in-law, and it is pungent. You can smell it miles away. It is horrendous.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Toko.
Stop talking.
No!
If I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her.
Oh, so you don't like being called out when you're doing something, but if any...
He doesn't like being called out by his bottom. You know this.
Do you know what? It should happen more often. I had a friend like that in elementary school. That's rough. Actively avoided them at all. It's rough. There's like so many reasons for why it could happen, but it's rough. Yeah,
My mother-in-law's a hoarder, so
I'll stay here and keep an eye on her. Like I'm pretty sure it is mental health for both,
yeah,
Let's
for
go.
sure.
for all. But like,
Well done. Let's go.
Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away.
Byakuya.
Gotta go fast. Byakuya turned into Sonic the Hedgehog.
And I hurried to
Yeah,
catch
but it
up.
probably was mental health, Gunter.
Yeah, it's when the
in that
children smell so bad. It's so
case.
weird. Yeah. I mean, if it's an elementary, I hope they're in a better place. Because
It could be like autism and sensory dislike of bathing, because that's usually what happens when young people don't smell good.
could also be a essay as well. When it appears in children like that, sometimes it is because of that. But he didn't look back, let alone say anything. They did exactly the same stuff. It's crazy. He just kept on walking toward his destination. Oh, I hope that person's doing better at least. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. I still have Draco on me. The library?
Come on, let's go in. Dude, I still have Thane on me. He's still beating me with his tail.
Draco's no longer purring. He's just dead on my lap. Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Thank you, Byakuya.
Bro. Byakuya really doesn't like to be questioned.
He really doesn't.
I feel like people should purposely question him just to see if he breaks down.
Oh, look at that! I found the one piece of evidence that's crucial, and he doesn't want me looking there.
The lamp?
The cord.
Oh. I'm telling you, he saw us. If I remember, on the other side of this door, it's the archive, right?
Hurry up and go inside.
Oh, here?
Let's go.
It'll all make sense once you're inside.
Byakuya is gonna kill Makoto. Ugh, there's so many books and files. And so much dust, too.
So, in other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. He's such a nerd.
Did you say that out loud?
Yes.
Oh, wow. There's so many files stuffed into the shelf. What's in all these things?
that's enough.
Those documents are dangerous.
Documents? Dangerous?
They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner.
So why is this in the library of a high school?
Because think of who goes there.
Oh, I guess that's fair. You mean like members of the Diet or something?
No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the Illuminati. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there.
Do you think Byakuya wanted to be a member of the Illuminati?
Do you even need to ask that question?
Yes. You're kidding, right?
Am I?
I'll just let it go for now. Considering this is Danganronpa, I do feel like there was a secret council that existed. It's a desk lamp.
Good job, Makoto!
Thanks.
Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya was using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use.
I got
Okay.
it. I'm on a coin.
A box.
Boxy boxes.
There's a wooden box, and it's empty. Although, judging by the smudges on the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was.
There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library.
Extension cord, huh? You mean the one that is conveniently wrapped around Chihiro's body? The shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random.
Ha! You have a sharpened eye.
Sharp?
You have a sharp eye indeed to select
what
that
made
file.
it sharpened?
Huh?
That's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. I am Phoenix Wright all of a sudden. The original is kept at the National Library.
I think that is homage.
It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it.
Bro, it's just you and me in here. Who gonna fucking care?
So in other words, you'll end up in Byakuya's crosshairs.
50 Shades of Byakuya 1. Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf.
I guess I have to talk to this slut. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover that value for yourself. Okay?
He's full of wisdom today. That's a ton of thick files stuffed onto the shelf. I don't know about you, but every time they say files, my brain really wants to read it as flies.
Every time they say thick files stuffed, I'm like, Makoto, you could use any other word.
Listen.
If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. Gimme! Gimme! It's the kind of thing any normal person would never want to look at. Be careful.
What do you mean?
I'm not normal, that's fine.
You're a true crime enthusiast.
All those files, I am. All those files are investigation reports related to different cold cases.
All the more reason.
Those are, yeah, really. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak.
So why are they in the archive of a high school?
Ultimate detective, ultimate police officer.
Oh, that's because the headmaster was from a family of detectives, so I guess that would make sense. That's a spoiler, but
Yeah.
who cares?
Ow.
So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here.
It's because you're a true crime
home.
nerd, it's okay.
That's new canon. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it
He's
magnificent?
such a true crime nerd. This can't be real, right?
Such
That's you guys' I'm completely correcting the grammar here. That's you guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie.
That's okay, Kokichi. Calm down. It's not even your fucking game, bro. It's not that. It's just like I don't totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? It's what I'm saying.
Makoto, this is like one single tiny sliver of a room. Think about where it like in FBI friggin' file rooms, there are rows and rows and rows
Oh my
of
god,
this shit.
that's so true.
This is like a sliver.
It's so sad.
If Makoto saw an FBI file room, he would literally shit his pants.
Makoto, ultimate detective, not, but he wishes.
I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored.
I genuinely don't think that's a mastermind thing. I definitely do think that Hope's Peak just had like the power.
I think that's part of it, to be honest. Like the mastermind, knowing who they are, would absolutely put shit like that in there to inspire someone like Byakuya to recreate it.
It's possible, but I do think the archives were there already.
Maybe a little starker than they are.
Maybe. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal.
What's wrong? You still can't believe it?
What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible. Also, how do you know it's not planted?
What do you mean usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple?
Oh, he got triggered.
Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything.
You don't pull your punches, do you?
Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt.
Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents more than once?
Bro, he's been in this library for like 3 days straight, and he's probably a speed reader. How can you be surprised?
That's true crime nerd. You're a nerd. But all these are like top secret confidential stuff, right? So, nerd.
My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty.
What?
Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents.
That makes sense.
That includes foreign powers as well as domestic.
How is that possible? Makoto, don't be stupid.
So
You know
in
what he
other
is.
words,
I already told you there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. What?
Like the emote in chat from Gunter.
What is the cat doing?
The cat's licking themselves, but they lick themselves once and they stare at the camera. It's one of my favorite gifs. I don't know why they do that. It's just so funny.
But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backward and forward. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, the materials gathered here are the real thing.
This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. This bro is the biggest nerd that I've ever met.
And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports.
Same though.
Me too. Reading through those, you guys should see my YouTube history. So much freaking true crime shit. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. What?
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 What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
I'm gonna punt you. Repeat yourself.
I didn't say anything.
Repeat yourself, or I'm never leaving the screen.
was only doing the Among Us theme song.
Oh, okay.
As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly
No.
summarize the main points.
No spread.
To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder.
I had a
The
horrendous
first
thought.
characteristic... What?
Byakuya's, like, appearance low-key reminds me of Akechi.
It's true.
But Akechi is after Byakuya, so
Yeah, I think he was genuinely inspired.
it's very possible.
Is that at every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood.
It's not
And the
written.
second-
It's typeset.
Is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way.
Bloodlust is written in blood and the victim's body is suspended. That's literally what he just said. That's exactly what happened to Chihiro.
Makoto's name roughly translates to repeat everything my friends say.
Why is my thingy like this? Did I do that or did Leo do that?
What?
My Keith standee is no longer on his stand. I must rectify this.
Save your surprise. The
There we
best
go.
part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims
No
are
spread.
suspended, the only ones who know about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, no one in the media ever found out.
Wait, what? What'd he say? He was being a nerd, so I tuned him out.
Where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that fact were members of the police, etc., etc.
Ha!
In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting
Mounting the victim.
I don't think that means what you think it means,
I
Byakuya.
don't think it means what you want it to mean, Byakuya.
Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse,
Yes.
her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion.
Chihiro's body is suspended. So how could
the killer...
That is Makoto. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
I got lost in the sauce!
You need to unloose the sauce.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
Inspired
In
by
other
who?
words,
The
Oh.
culprit isn't a copycat killer.
Akechi
It's the real
from
Genocide Jack.
Persona 5.
Akechi from Persona 5.
Yeah.
Gah!
in other words,
Bro, don't point.
I am
It's
Phoenix
impolite.
Wright again. You know that this motherfucker plays through all the Ace Attorney games.
Actually, I feel like he would be bored of them because he would already know who did it before they even, like, revealed all the evidence. You know what I mean?
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun.
What?
Then Genocide Jack really is. I feel like he would lose and delete the game.
I bet Phoenix Wright did all the crimes and we never knew it, Lulz.
I wish Phoenix Wright did the crimes. That would have been such an interesting game.
I think Faye is implying that Byakuya is Phoenix Wright.
You know what? I'm calling it right now. Byakuya killed Chihiro. Such a brutal,
You
fiendish
know-
killer really is walking
You
around.
know the answer!
I do know already the answer.
Things are
interesting.
really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen?
We do know who did it, yes. Like, Arya and
Yes.
I, we know who did it. But do you guys know who did it?
But is Rin telling the truth? Is the question.
Byakuya
You might
ferret
just manage
confirmed.
to find. I hate you.
All I know is my guess is impossible. I never guessed correctly once. What, okay, take a guess. Take a guess of who killed Chihiro.
Take a guess.
Gunter. You've got a lot of
Both of you.
suspects.
All of you. Anyone who's here, take a guess, except David, because I know David knows. You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, bottom,
Bro.
I might even show you myself. Interesting theory, Gunter.
Question. Does Kokichi ever ask Suichi to get on his knees and beg?
No, but Mew does.
Mew does. I know Mew does. Oh, my bad. Byakuya. Put that genocide case
figured it
for
out, Faye. You figured it out.
I didn't do it. I would never kill Chihiro.
That's true. That's true.
Chihiro's death is so unfair. Like, genuinely. Could you let me see? Could you, Byakuya?
That's fine.
Could you let me see it, please?
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time.
I mean, I kind of sort of
Feel
did.
free to look at it in here. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you.
Why not?
Shaky
Why do
Makoto.
they always do this dramatic bottom angle of them reading the book?
Caught in 4K.
The Specrensis says surrender. No, I would never. I would never.
I handed Makoto the file, and I watched Makoto flip through it with tense, nervous fingers.
Exactly. Suddenly my hand stopped. I've reached the page where photos of the scene of each crime had been collected. Let's
That's a lot of pink jello.
let us investigate these images. First of all, that dude right there with the glasses looks like Kodaka. I feel like that was genuinely on purpose.
Ken
Lots of scissors.
Harada.
32. Oh, that's the other name.
Anyway, the names of Genocide Jack's victims
Ran
on
for
for
several pages. Ken Hanada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Isai, 14. It was just a baby. Takeshi
He was a
Yoshida,
baby.
30. Komasuna Taro, Takefumi Gono, Yuchida Naohisa, Takaeshi Masamune, Yuto Yumehima. There was no end to it.
You good?
He said what, bro? He was saying names. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended exactly the same way. But also, did you notice? They're all fucking men! Not, like, gay, but, like, they're all male. And at the scene of every murder...
I mean, we don't know. Some of them might be... They might all be fucking men.
Maybe. The word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood.
Now take a look at the next page, and you'll find another interesting tidbit.
I bet.
Next page?
Makoto repeats everything everybody says Naegi.
They got a word count to fill, okay. Profiling results. All the victims of the crime took place either on weekdays or at night or during holidays, either day or night. Most common time of killings took place was on holidays in the afternoon. Holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it would suggest that the suspect might be a student. Evidence suggested the suspects lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. How would they? No, I guess they would understand that. This confused behavior suggests the suspect may pretend. No, that is a stretch, though. Oh,
Big
I've had
stretch.
this conversation every time we do this, so.
Yes, you have.
So, in other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may well have had a split personality.
Also, disclaimer, dissociative identity disorder does not make you a murderer. You do not develop alters who kill people like that. You can have alters who may express murderous desires, but that does not make you a murderer. And a mental disorder does not give you that. Does not make
No
you
worries,
a killer.
Gunter.
It's okay, Gunter. Split personality, like on the thing you see on TV. Also, this game is not at all representative of what dissociative disorder is like.
Correct. It is not at all representative of what a lot of things are like.
Correct. This is a work of fiction. Except for Monokuma, he is very real and you should fear him. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now.
People don't think it be like it is, but it
Shut
do.
up. Maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb.
Oh, jeez.
Hello, Leo. I've already fed you, bro. You can't just buy
Let's
my
go.
love.
All right, we should get going soon.
Where are we going?
Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we?
Byakuya! No, we haven't!
As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Always riding on the coattails of Byakuya Togami.
Actually, this time Byakuya Togami is riding on the coattails of Makoto.
Because Byakuya doesn't have a brain cell of his own.
He has some pretty preconceived notions here.
Yes, he
Well,
does.
this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial.
Bro has a motive, and he is trying very hard to push it. Not a motive.
Yes, he is.
A story?
He's a narrative.
No, thank you, yes. Just all of a sudden like that? You got tired of me like that?
I
Bro.
don't have time to play with you.
Come on.
Wow.
Enough of your annoying misapprehensions.
Did you hear
Do
her?
really think we'd be together the whole time?
He said,
Yeah.
I don't have time to play with you. Bro!
Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
You dragged me out of the murder place, and now
Murder
you're
room?
tossing me away. Crime
I think you
scene.
mean crime scene.
Yes, I did.
There we go.
Just like that, he was gone. As quickly as he asked me to join him, he cut me off. That little bitch. I hate him.
You didn't have to cut me
I
off.
felt like I was just a plaything getting tossed around.
Make out like it never happened and that we were nothing.
At the same time, I had uncovered some really important shit thanks to him.
Time to go sing Gautier in the karaoke room.
Genocide Jack. He's the one that killed Shihiro, theoretically.
Theoretically.
And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? It could not possibly be Toko, who had mentioned it before. God knows that is too much brain cells for me.
Okay, anyway.
But to do that, there's somewhere I have to go to investigate one more time. Back to the crime scene. Oh wow. The girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info that I might find useful.
Button.
I need to find out everything I can.
That's it.
I like that Makoto does have a sense of, okay, Byakuya, I know that you're pulling some bullshit, but I gotta do a proper investigation.
Okay,
Like-
Byakuya, I know you have a murder boner.
I appreciate it. Why are we going to the pool? Oh, duh.
Oh my god.
I forget that their version of the pool has the locker rooms first.
Oh, hello.
Why are you here?
Da-da-da-da-da!
Hifumi has discovered
Hifumi.
evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if...
Another stat increase for me.
Evidence? What did you find?
I cannot reveal that just yet.
That's it.
But I
Sure of
guarantee
it.
that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs.
Are you sure about that?
Oh yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she'd win. Bro, can you shut up and let me talk? Miss Ludenberg said she'd witness something worthwhile too.
Really? What did she see?
Well,
If you already moved on. Oh,
it
my
would
bad.
seem...
She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right?
No. So where is Celeste now?
right. The warehouse by. Are you done? The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time, not there.
So, was she there or not, bro?
Can we delete him? Can we just go like Monica Doki Doki Literature Club
Not
on him? I'm gonna
yet.
go there first. Oh, I can't go. Okay, I have to walk. I'll finish up everything in the. Oh, okay. I guess I can't. Why?
No, we don't go Monica. What if we did, just to get rid of Hifumi?
What if we did
Poor Chihiro.
just Monica? We should play that game.
Poor Chihiro. We should also play,
Damn.
the other one. You know
What
what I'm
other one?
talking about.
What other one?
The other waifu girl. The one that
Other waifu girl?
the one that looks like Sayaka, but it's not Sayaka. I forgot the name. You know the love game, the dating game, where oh my god, what is it called? Like, I forgot. The other game that came out a few months back and people went crazy over it. You know what I'm talking about.
Question mark? No, I don't.
You know what I'm talking about. I keep wanting
Look
to
it up.
I don't even know how to look it up.
If you know someone who played it, look up their channel.
Game Grumps. Why did I type it in Google? I just go to the fucking YouTube channel.
You're so dingle.
You're a dingle.
No, you.
You're a dingle.
No, you.
You're a dingle.
I've got the caffeine jitters.
You got the what? Catheters?
Caffeine jitters.
Oh. Okay, to my credit, Discord cut you off. So I thought you said catheters.
Hi, Isabella.
They have... I forgot that they're still playing Danganronpa.
Yeah.
Like, it's half of their fucking pages.
Chihiro's presence here was especially weak. Her body and her soul.
Forgiveness.
To target such a helpless
Me-side.
being, it's unforgivable. Oh, what a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this.
As you
All
should.
right.
What did you find out, Kyoko?
Oh, you want to talk to her first?
Oh, I thought you were going to. Hey, Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation?
Indeed.
Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care
You
of.
can't even share the evidence that you found besides the investigation? What is it? Why are you and
Wow.
Byakuya the same way? Why does nobody share
Nothing you need
anything?
to, nothing you need to worry about, Bottom. Just concentrate on the murder.
What the fuck?
so then,
Before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time, thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success.
Praying. You're praying for my... You could have literally just shared what you found, but instead you would rather
I
have
know,
me
right?
investigate. You want me to touch that body, bro? I don't know.
Okay, that's what Makoto said. That nothing
handbook
here
is missing?
is what. Okay, that's what Makoto said.
I like to think that Makoto just has a breakdown every now and then. There's a bloodstain on the
He broke into
carpet.
her apartment. There was a bloodstain on the carpet.
It could only have been caused by Chihiro's murder.
Okay.
Bloodlust. In font type text. Just like on the wall and just in the
Do you think he?
yeah.
Do you think he cut a stencil
I feel like he must have.
and spray painted it with pink spray
He
paint?
had to have. How else would he get it like that? Just like in those other genocide jack cases. At every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written on the victim's blood.
Spray painted on the wall.
Hello, Draco. Can I help you, sir?
Eat him.
So why is there a big titty McGee poster in the women's locker room? This is sus.
Okay, that's what he said.
That's literally what he said. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope.
Does that look like rope?
It's a little plasticky for rope, but I'm sure it can
It
suffice.
looks like.
The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. I don't know why.
Do you think Kyoko knew exactly what Byakuya was trying to do and like undermined him by telling Makoto what to do?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
Kyoko clocked it because of the like. First of all, Byakuya's entire reaction is so completely out of character from what we know of him that Kyoko was like, "All right, what does bitch do?"
Huh?
What the dog doing though?
The rope has a plug. This is not a rope.
Anyway.
This is a cord. Wow. The more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Oh, okay. I thought he was being saucy. Chihiro's fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right. There's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. First, I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after going through Genocide Jack files, something's not quite right. Why would a serial killer who has a very specific killing method deviate from their killing method?
Exactly. Who has a very specific modus operandi, not
do
that.
it. Exactly. So Byakuya, I'm calling your fucking what is it? Your red herring.
Your bluff.
Yes, your bluff. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope. It's a cord!
It has a plug on the end, Makoto! Use your critical thinking skills. Just because someone said you might be useful doesn't mean that they're actually going to use you well.
Did you struggle?
Yes, I did.
To figure that out, that it's a fucking plug, I've got to go back to the library. Might help to look at the genocide case one more time anyway.
Okay.
Leave the girls' locker room, yes. Let's investigate the boys' locker room.
I was going to, if I ever got the chance to leave. Thank you for following, Sticky!
Thank you for following, Sticky.
Hi.
Oh. Tornado.
How are you?
This poster. Why is there a boy band poster
I know, right?
in the boys' locker room?
Hey, man.
It's Voltron
There's
coded.
gay. There's gay in this school.
There is.
It's okay. It's all right. We weren't, to be fair, when we met you guys, or when we started interacting with you guys, we really weren't streaming much.
Yeah.
So
we took a year off from streaming.
Yeah.
Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit the boys' locker room.
That's all right. I'm not offended. Don't worry about it.
That's the weird part. Why is it the weird part? Oh, but wait, that reminds me. The poster in the poster in the other locker room. I can't fucking read. Yeah, there's something.
I mean,
totally
well,
strange.
we didn't always used to link to each other when we were streaming.
It's
is the thing
yeah, no.
Go ahead.
The thing is, when Tice does the call out posts, it's usually for the artists. Because that's how I got follows from the Cooters clan. It's from whenever we did the guest art stuff, and he would shout out my Twitch, but Arya doesn't draw, so.
Yeah, I don't draw. So, and I sort of interact lightly with the community, but not super active like Rin was back in the day.
Yeah.
So.
But it's good to see you, Sticky.
Yeah, we're glad to see you here. I'm not offended by it at all.
It's
Don't worry about
hella
it.
early for you, too. The boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band.
I know, right? It's just there's so much gay in this school, Faye. It's that's not unusual at all.
It's definitely a plot point, but I'm gonna tell you when
totally not at work right now. You know what? I'll keep your secret. Don't worry about it.
I do like the idea of boy band poster in the boys' locker room.
I like to think that this has nothing to do with the murder at all, and someone was just like, this school is too gay to have heterosexual normity, in the locker rooms. Let's just do a swapsy so that people can know what they're really motivated for.
Honestly, knowing the mastermind, I would not put it past them.
Yeah.
Could the posters have been switched? Most likely.
Makoto!
But if they were,
how dare you
why?
imply?
What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little bit more about the locker rooms. Oh, Monokuma!
Have you seen these boys?
Have you seen these boys?
Which boys?
I'm talking about Tornado.
A tornado? Hey, look, someone pooped on the floor.
Gross. That really do look like poop, though.
It's a poop stain on the floor. The boys of Game 1 are not straight. Absolutely. I am glad you agree,
It's
Sticky.
true.
It's true.
So true.
There's a strange stain on the carpet.
It's poop. It's poop.
If you get close enough, you can probably smell it.
I'm more worried about the pink on the swimsuit poster. You know what?
That's fair.
That's valid.
That's fair. You should be.
Poop stain.
There would be a poop stain in the boys'
Anything
locker
else?
room. Not
Anything
gonna lie.
else?
When you think about it, it actually makes sense that there would be poop stains in the boys' locker room and then blood stains in the
Yes,
girls'
it
locker
does.
room.
Yes, it does.
I hate it so much.
I hate that you just said that. I hate that you just said that, and I hate that it logics out.
Like maybe some date women, but that don't make them straight. It's true.
The girls too. The girls are just as gay. The boys' locker room doesn't come pre. You're so right. Locker?
Maybe there's some kind of clue in the lockers. Guess not.
But there was a monocoin in there.
Not in this trial.
Nope. Oops, spoilers.
Spoilers.
Okay, let's get the fuck
They
out of
they
here.
should have boy band posters in the fucking boys.
They really
locker room.
should.
Only
And booby girl. I mean,
only because like, have you seen the bodies of boy bands? That's like goals.
there's still
man.
something waiting for me to. Do I have to go look at the girl poster again?
You might.
Do I have to go look at Titty McGee?
He did mention
Oh
something.
no, I
about
think
it.
I have to. Yeah, I think I have to talk to Sakura about it.
Sakura? Oh yeah. This is really
Sakura.
strange.
What? I said Sakura's name right.
Boys locker room, popular boy band, girls locker room. My bad. I just put girls in there for accident. Swimsuit model. Wait, what? Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Go back. In the boys locker room, popular boy
Oh
band,
my
and in
God.
the boys locker room, swimsuit.
Typo.
I did see that. I was not
They
losing
should
my
have
mind.
muscular bodybuilder poses. You know what? That's true.
It's true.
That's super true. And like skinny girls or muscular girls in the girls' locker room.
Both.
Yeah.
Let's have all body types in these locker rooms.
Also, both the boys and the girls are equally gay in this game.
Yes.
So like
They're so
yeah.
gay. But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Makoto,
talk to
I will be
Sakura.
real with you. I have no fucking idea what you just thought. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
I've used
Thanks.
it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters.
I see.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising.
We have protein coffee?
That's the wrong thing to latch on to, Makoto.
I love that it
in the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee, down a glass of it after exercising. I completely skipped the end there. Anyway, the other day, I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room, and it left a stain. Oh, so it wasn't poopy.
I want to believe that it is poopy. I don't see any stain on the carpet.
She's covering for one of the boys who pooped on the carpet.
Yeah, she would. She would.
of course.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I mean, coffee does make you poop. I can only assume that someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? And if there was never a stain here to begin with.
Dun, dun, dun.
Anything else? Okay.
I like Mondo just has nothing to say about it.
Mondo has nothing to say about anything.
That's fair. You're so right. How could I ever question you about that?
He has no brain cells.
He has one brain cell.
He has one brain cell and it's devoted to fucking Taka.
Why did I say Mondo? Oh, look, speaking of Taka.
Speaking of Taka, hi.
How unfortunate.
Thanks, Taka. Maybe we should have... Oh, okay, bye. Damn it, I'm sorry, Shado. It's all because I wasn't strong enough.
Aww.
Poor Taka. He
Anyway.
deserves better.
Anyway.
Goodbye.
Despair Hotel. I did do read
Spare
that.
hotel indeed.
Girls' bathroom? Boys' bathroom.
Wait. I went the completely wrong direction.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the warehouse.
Yeah. Janky ass looking warehouse.
I know, right? Floor boners!
Celeste.
Oh, look. It's a bitch.
Celeste, what are you doing here?
This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from.
I see that, but Have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Why else would I come here?
I thought talking about I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless.
So, what? Did you find
What did
something?
you find? Very well. I will tell you and only you.
Actually,
Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse.
Really?
indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
Hmm? What are you doing out this late?
Thank you, Celeste.
I was just... Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
The awkwardness. Okay.
Head. Itch. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this would have ever would have happened.
Did ever happen?
You get the picture, I hope. Wow.
So apparently,
Celeste.
she went to the. Did she really just victim blame Chihiro?
She really did.
Damn. She went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there's no trace of the track jacket or the duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying. Which would mean Kelly would have gotten rid of it somehow.
Celeste.
Boop.
Leave the area.
Well, we know where to go now.
I don't remember what happened to Chihiro's shit in this particular trial. What is that?
It's the trash room.
No. The little thingy on the floor. This is the trash room.
Oh,
The dump, in other
no,
words.
I'm not saying anything.
The Aria, if
Not
you
saying
believe.
anything.
But with the gate in the way, I
Wow.
can't actually get inside. Anyway, it's not related to the case. There's nobody left who could do what Leon did. Damn.
I mean, there's the person who frickin' has trash duty.
There's a hatch on the floor. Rattle, rattle. The door won't budge. Must be locked. You don't see the lock there, Makoto? Makoto seedling? Leave the area?
Oh, okay.
I faintly remember this room. Yeah, it's yeah. Makoto is
Where's
blind.
Chihiro's room? Oh, right there.
Makoto blind AF. This is Chihiro's room. Ted. But now Chihiro is gone. Why? Why? Aw.
You don't think maybe it would be worthwhile to go look in Chihiro's room?
Respecting the dead.
Laundry.
Magazines.
It's a bunch of magazines which have nothing to do with the case. But it has
But
a
they got
coin
me
in
money.
it. That swimsuit's still hanging out to dry, but I don't think anything.
All right. So where am I supposed to go then?
Did we go back to the library?
No, we didn't. Hang on.
We may have to do that.
Someone. I'm wondering if there's, if I check in the sauna too.
Why would the sauna have anything to do with the case?
Good question.
The bathtub is huge. Now is no time for taking
Okay.
baths.
Makoto wants to be stinky, confirmed.
I mean, can't outstink Toko, so
Wait,
it's
is
fine.
that a
Oh,
sh-
there's an open locker.
Oh, I'm about to say, I was like, why is that a shared bathtub when they all have separate bathtubs? Lockers!
Very good, Makoto.
One of them is unlocked, but I don't see anything inside.
All right.
Not in this chapter.
To the library.
I don't even write for this fandom right now, Gunter.
We're gonna check any alley fanfic inspirations. Actually, that's why we're playing this game. TBH.
For Rin, not for me.
Well, not Trigger Happy Havoc. I wanted to play the other one, but Aria was like, "Well, we gotta go in order first." And I was like, "Okay."
I mean, you're getting other ideas from this.
True. It's reminding me that Makoto's actually not much of a pushover,
He's not.
which may actually change the way he is in Fluorescence.
Yeah.
Perhaps the rope is a cord, because ropes don't have plugs.
Perhaps this had an extension cord in it. The wooden box is empty.
Extension cord was in there before, but now it is wrapped around Chihiro's body. Damn, who could have done that? Seems like all clues point to Byakuya.
Are you good, my dude?
No, I had a stroke.
Want
I
to
see
take
that.
another look at Genocide Jack's case file.
I know it was around here somewhere.
Ted,
Case file! It's gone! Byakuya must have taken it
I
out of the
wonder who
archive!
could have done that.
Koto isn't much of a pushover, but you can manipulate and make him a slave. This is true, you actually can. I don't think anyone but Byakuya.
Good observation, Makoto.
Damn. There's a letter. Oh, we've seen that letter already. There's a thick layer of dust on top of the desk. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not.
Really?
The cord is not there, Makoto. The cord is not there, Makoto. Cord is not there,
Makoto!
Makoto. Wonder who's always in the library and main suspect. Damn. Could it possibly be Byakuya Togami? What else are we missing? The lamp will turn on. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in.
Oh, my fictional god.
Oh, it's Hifumi 100%. Totally. The lamp's... Why would Hifumi be in the gym at 2 a.m.?
Exactly.
The lamp's course isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But last time I saw it, was definitely on it. It was definitely right there. It was definitely there.
Makoto has one brain cell and it's devoted to being a bottom.
Poor Makoto. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. Damn.
Gunter, Hifumi's late night motivation boost is dedicated to gooning.
Why would Hifumi be in the gym? The goon. You heard Arya. It's the goon.
His late night motivation is dedicated to gooning.
But there's no extension cord here right now. I wonder if Byakuya took it and then killed Chihiro and then suspended them so that it makes it look like Genocide Jack is the one who did it? To kill us
Wait,
all.
but where else do I have to... Maybe I have to look at the body again to look at the cord?
Oh
to
yeah,
look at the-
Makoto didn't have the realization. Girls locker.
I can only go as fast as the cursor will let me.
Go faster. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of cord.
I'm slow clapping for you. Actually, it should be slower.
I don't hear it, so therefore you didn't clap at all.
Chat might have heard it. But honestly, if you didn't hear it at all, that's how slow the clap should be.
But it's not a rope. It's a cord. It's the extension cord from the library. It's the extension cord that Byakuya used for his lamp to read that book from that one chapter. Yeah, that's what he says. I refuse to believe that Makoto is that slow. Is there another part of the body that you need to investigate?
No, there's not. Wait, let me talk to Mondo. We talked about this already.
What am I missing? Did you check the Dumbo?
I already did. That was the first thing I checked.
Did you check the bloodstain on the ground?
I'll look again, but I think I already did. Yeah, because I sang Smooth Criminal.
Did you check the bloodstain? I mean, wow. Did you check the poop stain in the boys' locker room just to corroborate what Sakura said?
Okay, I'll look again.
Hifumi, get the fuck out of the way.
I know, right? He's like right in the middle.
They do that on purpose.
We know.
Okay, what is that? Oh, okay.
Nope.
What are we missing?
I don't know.
We're very clearly missing an evidence.
Let me look in the the pool area again.
Do we have to cooperate with Hina?
Maybe. Hang on. I'll look. Just. All right. Do we have to find the shirt piece?
I don't know.
Look it up, because I'm obviously just missing. I have to just be missing one thing.
I think so.
You know what I mean?
It's always the last one I think that we had trouble with.
Let me talk to him. See if Gunnar McGee has anything to. Nope. It let me leave the library, so clearly it wasn't the library. Wouldn't let me go into Chihiro's room. Let me go talk to Hina again. Or knock on Toko's door. Sayaka. Toko. This is Toko's room. I should probably leave her alone. Okay.
We have to speak with Hina in the dining
Where is
hall.
she? Oh, okay. Oh, the mail's here.
She's the last one. It's always Hina. We always forget her. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing?
Same as before. She won't come out, and she keeps mumbling on
Did
something
you get a little British there?
about genocide that listen. So I just left her there.
You left her?
My head was all swimmy, and I was getting pretty hungry.
Mood.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry. I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her.
Speaking of which, what are you eating?
A donut, of course.
Of course.
There's two things I'm sure God created: outer space and donuts.
That's a cute face, though.
Really?
She's doing the oh.
She is doing oh well.
I bet Chihiro would have loved to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her biggest regret.
I'm sure, Hina.
Oh, I should have tried to spend more time with her.
Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well.
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us.
Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's true. It wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls.
Was she just shy?
I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't that kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex?
It's called being gay or straight.
Wow.
Oh wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right?
Why is that your first thought, Hina?
Because Hina has one brain cell and it alternates between her tibbies.
True. I never really saw her as that kind of girl.
Okay, want to take a quick break right here so I can go get a snacky
If you want.
and also go pee?
Okay.
Just a quick break.
Make it fast.
I will go. I gotta pee.
Oh yeah, pee faster.
I won't even go to BRB.
Pee faster. Pee faster.
Hush.
How did she hear me from all the way over there?
How's it going, chat? Are we doing well? Are we doing fine? Are we doing things?
So I did a bad thing, and I was trying to look up spoilers for 100 Defense Line, mainly because I was trying to figure out how many actual endings there are. And I've come to the conclusion that there are 100 endings. However, there are 20 endings that are like main, what I'll call main. And each of those 20 endings have branches of other endings. But from my research, there are only 2 endings that you need to get, not necessarily at the same time, one or the other, to unlock the rest of the endings, which I thought was fascinating. It's fascinating. Why did I get an email about this thing?
I'm almost back.
You bastard!
I came back with chips and a couple of figurines.
Nice.
I'm stacking them up.
Hello, Leo. I've already fed you.
There we go. Ding dong, bing bong.
Ding dong, bing bong.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The class trial.
Do you think
You
Monokuma
remember where to meet, right?
is the mastermind's real personality? Or is Monokuma just the Monokuma
An
personality?
aspect of it.
You think
An
so?
aspect of it.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
Or maybe a blending of 2 aspects of it.
It's possible.
See you soon.
I always try to wonder,
Their-
like, what they were like outside of
Their
this.
childlike wonder mixed with their malicious murderous intent.
Fair enough. Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin. The second class trial. The red door is
Dun,
right
dun,
there.
dun.
Ted. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody's there before me. I don't know how.
Except one person. I am. So is everybody ready to?
Ready?
What? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo,
Oh,
Oh,
Toko's
two
not
someone.
here. Yeah, Toko
There's someone else
and
that's not there.
Kyoko's not there either.
And Toko is. You really don't remember?
Come on.
Kidding. I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job?
Wow.
She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie. I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please.
And just like that, just like he said a few minutes later, he reappeared dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you drag a girl around. Terrible. You're terrible.
So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Do you think he dragged her by the
Let's
ponytail?
go.
What?
Do you think he dragged her by the ponytail?
By the pigtails?
Yeah, by the pigtails.
Yeah, probably. So shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Hero.
Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. Fujisaki Chihiro. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her.
Jistaki Fujihiro.
Get out of here. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that.
Where's Kyoko?
Oh, she's behind Taka. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay, then it was just Toga that was missing. And that murder is one of us. Conveniently on the screen right now.
Except Kyoko, who's only like a little bulb of her hair is there.
She's
I couldn't
all the way in
friggin'
the
target
back.
the elevator.
We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
Yes.
I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walk toward the elevator on shaky legs.
The nod of a bottom obeying his two tops.
They are so mean to him. They don't deserve that
Kyoko's
bottom.
not.
She is. She could have told him shit from Chihiro.
Yeah, but it means more if he figures it out himself.
He is not a dog that needs to be trained.
Yes, we do.
With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator started moving. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. Almost had a panic attack right on that elevator.
Me whenever I watch one of my true crime videos.
The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger.
The elevator was unaffected and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally it stopped.
Ding!
Yep. That's what I said.
What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Trying to talk without choking on chips. Don't waste your time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very nice.
Good. You're rip raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
thrills, chills, kills.
Please find your assigned seats. Shit's about to start.
And so, the curtain once again. Deadly judgment,
Deadly shit.
deadly deception, deadly faith, deadly school trial. I don't know why I struggled with deadly. You have a skill, Ed? You have melodious voice, you have neural liberation.
It increases more slowly during concentration and fever time. Ooh! Thank you, Kyoko.
Damn, bro. Why was Chihiro murdered? Is the killer hiding within the... Okay. All rise.
Let's begin.
You have
with
the
a
thing
basic
open?
explanation of the class
No,
trial.
but I could.
Open the
your
thing.
votes will determine the results.
I'll wait.
I have it open.
I'll wait.
I have it open.
Okay.
I have
If
it
you
open.
can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, I'll punish.
Okay.
Okay. Make your argument. Lock of room.
What do I use it on?
Dumbbell. On iron pipe.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Good job,
Yes,
Sakura.
thank you,
According to the
Sakura.
Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been? I bet it was an iron pipe.
Nope, that one. You
Ah!
missed!
Interesting.
You missed!
Poor Chihiro.
It's okay.
Chihiro's, it appears it was a head.
According
Which one
to
is
the
the
Monokuma
which one is the
file,
slowdown? Okay, that's the
killer
slowdown
used a
button.
Blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been? I bet it was an iron pipe.
Chihiro. I mean, Hero, shut up. That's wrong, bro! You wrong!
Ding dong, y'all are
Can
wrong.
we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
The dumbbell.
It was covered in blood, and there was
The real
nothing
dumbbell
else at
was the
scene
hero
that
we
could have
found
caused
along the
that
way.
kind of
Damn.
injury.
Should've got abducted by that
The wound
alien
on the
that wanted
victim's
his
head is
burger.
consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
He's such a nerd.
He's such a nerd. He said that. I'm not repeating it. Did he really kill Chihiro? No, of course not, you dumbass shit. Non-stop debates.
White noise.
Just avoid hitting the white noise unless you need time or some shit. We're on gentle, I think, right? So probably won't
Yes.
be white noise.
Baby mode.
Genocide Jack case file. No proof for it.
The culprit was Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof
There you
for
go.
it.
No, that's wrong. I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive.
Don't take credit for that. Byakuya led you right to it.
I guess it's some kind
It's
of
almost like
confidential
Byakuya's
file
trying
the
to feed
police
you
put
evidence.
together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No.
Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic.
Boob lust.
And it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The character.
Who's this one?
Yes.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Oh wow, he
Genocide
literally
Jack's
just went
true
out and said it.
identity is Toko Fukawa.
Wow.
What a reaction, damn. Why was he invested in that?
Okay,
I know.
hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What
Bloodophobia.
kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why has this gotta be so complicated?
Why's it gotta be so complicated? It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also not Toko, the answer is that she has this disorder that the game does not know how to categorize.
Exactly.
Oh, and then I forgot they used this horrendous word for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's a product of the time. It's also Japan.
I hate.
Damn, now I have
That
complicated
fills
in my
me
head.
with. That fills me with so much hate.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, Makoto.
At least you used the right word for it.
But still,
Yeah.
go and say that about Miss Fukawa is
Perfectly acceptable.
No, it's not.
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body.
You don't just
enough
out
that she
people's
has a
mental health
split
shit like that.
personality.
Yeah. You know?
Word. Behavior change.
Behavior change?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right.
Okay, but like, there's other disorders
She
that could
fainted when
also
she saw
lead to
Chihiro's
that.
corpse.
Exactly.
And then, when she woke
Not
up,
saying that that's okay either way, but that's the flaw in this logic.
I'm fine. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead?
Oh my god, is that the body?
Oh my god, is that a dead body? She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a topping and an ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. Why is it all me? This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
Because
She
it's
was acting funny, that's for sure.
It has to
Melancholy
be
tone
you.
of hers completely disappeared.
No.
Can't be no one
Don't go
else.
assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body
That's such a
again,
writer
she
argument.
was
It
utterly
really is.
calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood.
Booblust
and
is
one that
common and good.
obviously
That's
can't.
true.
Bless is coming good. The comment is coming to you from the past because of long convo with my brother.
Hold on. Sorry.
How dare you?
I had to put away my chips.
So when
How dare
Toko
you.
trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Do we really need these flashbacks? Drive out the killer, drive out the
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in.
It was to
keep
keep
her other
Genocide
personality
Jack
from
from
getting
getting
out.
out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
Byakuya proving he could be a better novelist than Toko.
Except he's still ascribing to the terrible stereotypes that
I
befall
know.
these people.
How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation.
Why did she
told
tell
me a
him?
most interesting
Because
story.
she's in love with him.
Aw.
Or in lust with him.
She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
Well, technically, wouldn't her victim be Byakuya?
Yes.
Hmm.
That's another part of why she told him,
Mm,
I imagine.
yeah.
Because underneath all of her whatever, she is a good person.
She is a good person. Even with this bullshit serial killer attached to her.
I don't mean the serial killer part. I mean beneath her like standoffish, like mean personality.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She is a good person.
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself
just needs
to
her
blame.
bestie.
I think you mean her wife.
Tragic little story.
She just needs
I didn't ask
therapy.
you to.
She just needs her wife and therapy.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Yeah, to
Besides,
both.
You broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
Okay, but bro, she didn't break her promise?
Like, he's assuming way too much.
Yeah, because he thinks he's a know-it-all. Sorry, I
Yeah.
can keep our promise. Don't worry, never again.
I won't let him.
Genocide.
I won't let Jack have
You
control.
said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
Damn,
How
Bjarka,
many
you
times
manipulating
do I
her?
have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it. But
Yep.
But your efforts
Literally
were
helped you
useless.
prove it was a copycat.
What a disappointment.
I hate you.
No, you don't.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean.
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
He's just a dumbins, indeed.
He is. Although, granted, I'm not gonna fault Byakuya for this because
Hello there. Is it me you were
the
hoping to
entire
see?
concept of genocide, Jill and Jack or whatever, is really fucking dumb.
I actually think Genocide Jill is a more badass serial killer name than Genocide Jack.
I would have preferred Toko to be Genocide Jill.
Yes.
And not have it be explained away as multiple personality.
Yes, I agree.
Like, I just wish she owned up to the, yeah, I killed him, so what?
I wish the Toko stuttery whininess was an act.
Yeah.
And that this was the real her.
Absolutely.
Like, it wasn't a split personality, it was just an act.
No, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I wish Jill was actually her. Like, it is, but without the mental health bullshit with it.
What the fuck is this?
What happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
One of them happens to be a serial killer.
It's what Japan thinks a textbook personality is. And media.
She's so intense.
Like they say, sound and murderous mind, sound and murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack. This is insanity.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
I love that face. That's so cute.
Yeah, I just wish you didn't have the tongue.
No, I don't. Even with the what that tongue do, it's a cute face.
What that tongue do?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on
Tongue
that?
makes that
The
face.
tongue makes that exactly. I agree, Faye.
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
I mean,
true.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
It's true.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for
God damn.
everyone.
Jill getting too real up in here.
Right?
Kidding again!
Ted.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came
No, I
to
don't
light,
remember.
Toko's
He's
life
recapping.
would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
The voice acting. Oh, stretchies. I got stretchies, so you got a stretchies too.
Stretchies.
The voice acting.
He speaks more than 5 words. Damn, Gunther.
The voice acting for Jill is so much better than Toko's.
Wow, that's rude. Considering
It's
Toko's
true, though.
VA is the mastermind.
I know Toko's VA is the same, but it's different, like different skill sets. You know what I mean?
I think it's the same. Is it this? Hold on. Go, continue.
It is the same. It is the same. It's 100%. No. Jill and Toko have different voice actresses. Jill's voice actress is the same one that does Chie in Persona 4.
Damn, there's like... Oh, no, duh.
Toko's is Amanda Celine Miller, and Jill's is Erin Fitzgerald.
But remember, Celine and...
I know Amanda Celine Miller does the mastermind.
No,
I know that.
But so does Aaron. Aaron Fitzgerald also does
yes,
the
one
mastermind.
part of Junko, one part of the mastermind.
But I don't know which part.
The bookish one.
Do you really expect
Damn.
any of us to believe you?
Also remember all of the clones in Star Wars. Star Wars Clone Wars series is voiced by a single man. That makes sense. They're all clones.
But I just think that this version of Aaron Fitzgerald's voice is better. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
no,
just the yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe. Maybe she's totally right about that, but
I use spray.
something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all this. Finally, I can spray Arya.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do I need to?
The modus operandi.
Modus operandi.
You
Okay.
say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change
An
things.
alibi.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident,
Don't
the
you know?
modus
You
operandi
already solved this
matches
case, Arya.
completely.
It's true.
No, that's wrong.
Ding dong, y'all are wrong.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Ding dong, y'all are wrong. Haha, Gunter. Gotcha.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell
God
you.
Christ.
Queen.
I murder with
Human
passion
garbage.
and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything.
It's true.
But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Damn.
This is no creation of mine.
Oh, she calling out the copycat.
Let me rephrase.
She's calling
that
Byakuya
in a way
out.
that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases
Yeah,
and
she
this
really has a freaky tongue. Wish she used it other than
One
talking.
difference
Bro.
between the murders.
Bro. Genocide
Look
Jack
at
is
the neck
like
and
stomach.
You'll see a clear difference.
Victim's fatal injury. Well, we know this though.
Yeah.
Using such
Well,
little
Makoto-
ingredients.
Makoto has to go through it.
I like how
In the
Faye is
Genocide
concerned
Jack
about low
murders,
quality
all the
ingredients.
victims were
I know,
killed the
right?
same
I'm
way.
also concerned with it. Why would you use low quality ingredients for a high quality murder?
According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with
It would be like
Parent
asking
scissors.
Teru to use frozen vegetables.
That would be like asking Tara to put his
but
special
Chihiro
sauce in
died
her
from a blow
food.
to the head, right?
No, that he would be willing to do that.
I actually don't think he would.
Ah,
I feel like he respects food too much to do that.
Different from the other murders.
True. Totally not here using high quality ingredients while eating a pasta dish with them. That's fine. Because they are broke. You know what? That's fair.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Yum.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended by that totally cord and not a rope. Suspended to
Pasta
stab through
is a
the
high quality
hands.
dish.
Compare more, Jill. Let Jill cook.
What was used to suspend her, right?
Yes.
I got it.
I got it. You got it, you
remember
guys.
what the killer used
I got
to
it.
suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide
Celeste.
Jack cases, something else was used to suspend
She's
her.
dumb. It's fine.
Celeste is
She likes to
dumb.
play. She likes to play that she's smart, but she's really dumb. And next chapter proves that.
Yeah.
I did got it. What do you mean?
Specifically,
God,
Here's a
I'm
razor
pushing
sharp
harder than that. I
scissors.
know, right? She's so slow. Ha 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 ha.
And guess what?
Never mind the
I
fact
used
that I'm
my
not
own
playing the
specially
game.
designed scissors for the murders
Exactly.
and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
This is true.
And you know what else?
No. That is me all the time.
It is.
Big Mac said there's two different.
Big Mac.
He's wrong.
No, he's Little Mac. Let's be real.
Matt, are you referring to me?
Why are you dying,
Oh my
Gunter?
god. She called him Big
Listen
Mac.
up, Big Mac. There's
That's so
actually one more
cute.
difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each genocide Jack
I
case.
called this out. They
There's
were
a
all
pattern
men.
there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Wow, called her a lolly girl.
Wow, there was a pattern.
Yes.
And Hero didn't fit it.
Yes. Chihiro was her lover was a choice. Goddamn.
Because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo, bullseye, right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were all dudes.
They were all guys.
Bros being dudes.
Dudes being bros.
Dudes being guys.
Guys being men.
They were all guys?
I was gonna make like an appropriate comment, but I decided not to.
That's right!
Good.
The people I kill with such passion and
Huh?
conviction
I said good.
are all adorable little men!
Adorable little men.
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
Oh my god, I love her so much. It's funny because I hated her on the first playthrough,
It's true.
but like now that I know more about her character after playing Ultra Despair Girls, I love her.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
Ultra Despair Girls really did like redeem Toko and Jill. It's again, it's a
Big Mac
shame.
is the most famous item on the McDonald's menu, but McDonald's is low quality, so Jill is saying Makoto is the new low quality person who solved this crime.
I mean, is she wrong though? Is she wrong?
I also don't like McDonald's burgers.
I don't either.
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl!
Same.
The mopey side of me just hates it!
Wow.
Now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
Me too, Faye.
She's a
like I like their
fujoshi.
chicken. Their chicken is great. I love McDonald's chicken, but the beef is just like bleh.
So if Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles?
I mean, you don't know what they do at home, Jill.
I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line! That's the absolute reality of a one and only!
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it.
And
It's a
Byakuya
different
done.
matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in
Maybe
order
she only
to
goes after
survive.
cis incels men. I like to think that she does.
Yeah.
Actually, like for reals.
Yeah, I like to think that too. And that's why she didn't kill Byakuya. Because he's cis, but he's not an incel.
Arguable.
Lowly, curt.
I love it.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
So true. She's so
That
smart.
Does
Yep.
make some amount
If you
of
want
sense.
beef, you go Burger King. Burger King's terrible. Since
Whatever reason I
This
have
is
for
true.
killing, I would never leave out my
If you want
prized
beef, you go to
scissors.
Wendy's. At least
Scissors. The
their
scissors are
food
the
is
most
still
important
decent.
part. I like the BK in this area is not bad. Like in this area, it's usually it's like 75-25. 75% of the time it's good, but the other 25% of the time it's blah.
Don't have Wendy's down.
Go out of their way to use
Oh,
a
sad.
heavy
You should move.
dumbbell.
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world.
Oh look, the tongue is gone, and she's biting her thumb.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Scissors!
Scissors.
She's fully equipped.
Where was she keeping it?
So I can kill anywhere, anytime.
You don't want to know.
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you.
Queen.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Taka's so
I
mad.
have no idea what's going on anymore. Could
His
such a heinous villain
face is
really
turning
be
blue.
innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real
So we
deal.
didn't lose
and not
much.
some
They were also
copycat
bad. I would
killer
eat
or
ingredients
whatever.
raw.
There's
have
one
just
more
right.
person
Damn.
who knew, and you're completely overlooking it, you dumbass stupid fools.
Makoto's knows.
Thank you, Makoto.
Makoto knows. One person who could have copied Genocide Jack case. Byakuya, where are you?
Here's my answer.
I went the completely wrong direction.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government
Get called out, boy!
or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Where's all that big talk now, sir?
He refuses to acknowledge.
I love him, though.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the
I bet
killer
he's so mad
hard
right now.
was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all.
Countryside issue, main branch
I'm on fire!
What that tongue do, though?
Damn, that's rough. That's actually what happened to our KFC here too. They failed the health
Pizza Hut
inspection.
in this area. Pizza Hut in this area used to be good, but in the past few years, they've gone to complete shit.
Our Pizza Hut's still pretty good.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
When you asked Makoto to help you.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the
Alright,
way you were
tongue's making me
acting
act
right
up, not gonna
before we
lie. Got there,
discovered
please.
the body was a little strange.
No hut where you live? Maybe you should get a hut.
And the locker rooms. They're very suspicious. Or they're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree?
Huh? Suspicious.
It seems no one searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl.
But did we know that
Said
then?
We should check the girls' locker room.
But how would you know something happened in the girls' locker room, though?
And how would you know it happened to Chihiro?
Exactly.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Of course, everyone is a pervert. Rush to the girls' locker room.
There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear. New element. What is it? Truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the Y button, then you'll memorize that weak
You'll
spot.
get a Pizza Hut next because there's a Domino's over there and they love to compete. Clear contradiction. This really is Phoenix Wright.
I absorb the what do I absorb and what do I use it on?
I don't know. It depends on what the thing is.
If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the Y button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. Okay.
Akuma file number 2. Interesting. Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was
That
acting
one.
kind of weird before we
This one?
Yeah.
But he was acting weird.
And what do I use it on?
If you're
Victim was
presented with the
Chihiro.
opportunity to check
Okay.
out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
Shut up,
The
Ifumi.
victim was Chihiro.
How did you know it was Shahiro?
How did you know it was Chihiro?
I'll tell you what's so strange about that.
Damn, he got
because
mad.
up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
Called out!
That's a good answer, I must admit.
Called out!
Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Yeah.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's because you called him out, Makoto. He does not like that. It's like he doesn't
care anymore because he got what he wanted. He exposed
Toko, yeah.
As Genocide Jack. He got what he wanted.
I've got him cornered, but he's acting like he has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to
It's
it.
because he likes confusing people by empty
There
talks.
is.
True.
I think.
I know, he's
There
sweating.
is more to it. Think about it.
And then the queen steps in.
But she
We just
sees
talked
him
about the
bullying
differences
Makoto.
between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents.
That's why I love Kyoko.
The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Just like me for
Oh.
real. You sweat a lot,
Proof
Gunther.
that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Damn, she ignores him again. Differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. Evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden there. What could it be? The library desk lamp.
And I just used the normal truth bullet.
Whatever thingy, yeah.
Okay, what do I use it on?
I've never seen that rope in my life.
The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with
No, Gunther, I will not.
some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
It's a cord.
There must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
It's a cord.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
It's a cord.
I'd never seen that
That-
rope
that-
before
that-
in my life.
No!
What do I...
You're supposed to hit it with
No,
that!
I know.
Obviously,
No.
somebody else must have had it.
Wow.
I know, but it wouldn't absorb.
You spat. You don't need to absorb
I mean,
it.
it wouldn't. No, that's not what I meant.
You wouldn't shoot?
You want me
Yeah.
to explain it again?
There we go.
When I want to kill,
There we
I
go.
use my very own
Skill issue.
Chihiro, it was some kind of...
It's like, it's literally the last one
There
down.
must be something very
Second to last.
fishy in
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my...
Wow.
No, that's wrong.
Called out for your bluff.
I made sure it worked that time.
Called out for your bluff, ho.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
He slapped you with
Because
that
you see
actually.
That rope? Or should I say,
Actually,
that extension cord?
He's calling you out!
an extension cord?
objection.
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same
I know we've seen
extension
this
cord that was
like
in the
multiple
library
times
all
already,
this time?
but I do really enjoy watching Byakuya get put in his place.
I know.
Went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
Damn.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Ted. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. And if he's not even involved. Wait, not involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
Oh, that's an interesting detail.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
I wondered
Calling this a game,
something about
right?
that.
So he'd be totally willing to do something like
If
this
I remember
to
to bring it up after the killer gets revealed.
I'll
will
remember.
Okay. Ted.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath.
Wait,
What
that
about
means my
all
guess is
that
still
bothers
employed.
you?
I forgot what your guess was, Gunther. Wait.
Gunter's guess was Mondo.
Oh, okay. What was that just now? Something's not right? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth?
Okay, so what do I do now?
Scene of the crime. Well, I don't think so. There's definitely something wrong with what he just said.
I got it!
Doritos, man.
I will neither confirm nor deny. Right?
That's Mondo. That's what I said, Gunter.
But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that?
Why is this so
Even
mocking?
in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
Bro, that's so
She was
mocking.
found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere
Where's
else?
Mondo? I know Doritos, man.
I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
So you were talking to the person driving past my house at
Yes.
420?
Rest of the murder scene?
Ah, look at you,
Oh,
sir.
damn.
Not so smart now, are
Got
you?
caught off, huh?
Mr. Fancy Pants and crisscross suspenders.
Ted.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying
Oh, he
all
mad
that.
now.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I take you off guard? I think you did, bro. The story suddenly moved to the crime scene. Byakuya, who'd been so confident up until now. Maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on,
Taka's
Makoto.
invested.
If there's any chance the murder took
Doritos
place
man,
somewhere
fat
else,
hamster, freaky
let's
tongue,
see the
lightning hair,
proof.
flash. Who's Flashbang? I genuinely don't know who Flashbang is. Celeste? Why is she
Yes,
Flashbang?
because of her white ass skin.
Oh, evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else is the locker room posters.
Yes. I almost did
She's
locker
too
room
pale.
dumbbell.
You know that's makeup, right? Because she's a
Don't-
Lolita.
Stop. Shh, 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 shh.
Proof that
What?
she was killed
Yeah.
somewhere else
It's-
is
Don't give away her backstory.
poster
No,
that's
but she's
hanging in
Lolita.
each
That's what she's
locker
wearing.
room.
Yeah.
They wear makeup.
Proof is some posters.
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel.
Big boobs.
That's makeup,
Don't you
yes.
think that's kind of
Yeah.
strange?
You've never seen
Why
that?
would the girls' locker room have a poster
Some
like
Lolita
that?
girls like to paint their skin white because it's part of the porcelain look.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had
That's an
a
actual
poster of
fashion
the
thing in Japan.
super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
What girls again?
So
Big
you're
boobed
saying
girls.
that maybe the posters were switched?
This game,
This
gays
game
and
of-
lesbians don't exist.
No, it's seriously a problem through like all three games. They try to force a heteronormative romance on all of the protagonists.
Actually, I would argue that this game is the only one that forces that because 2 and V3 are
Chiaki.
No, 2. Well, I'm not talking about the relationships. I'm talking about the gay and lesbians bisexuality thing. Because
Yeah.
Hajime there is evidence canonically that supports that he is bisexual because of how he reacts with certain guys in certain free time events.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm saying that for
they
Faye.
still try to force Chiaki down your throat.
And they also force Nagito down your throat.
That's true.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms.
It's the carpet.
And V3 is probably the gayest of old.
You're referring to my
Aside from
protein
Ultra
coffee,
Dispergos.
aren't you?
It's a poop stain, Sakura. Don't lie.
Protein coffee?
Same.
It's a
I was
poop
in the
stain.
girls'
Same,
locker
definitely,
room
same.
Earlier.
What
I
you mean don't
spilled
exist?
some
We have
protein
romance
coffee on the
class rap
carpet,
with Doritos,
but I
man.
noticed
True.
that after the
Faye
murder,
did miss that
the
though.
stain had been totally
Yeah.
scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved by the boys' locker room carpet.
It was moved by the carpet?
The carpet moved itself.
The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away.
UDG is a lesbian road trip, though, in kindergarten. Yes,
That's very
yes,
true.
yes.
A lesbian road trip through a kindergarten apocalypse.
It's true. Actually, that is the best way to describe that game.
It's really true.
In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
Speaking of which, we won't be playing UDG, by the way. We will not be playing that game.
We will not revisit that game. It's a little too
it's too intense to revisit.
It's too intense.
Yeah.
Then, does that
too triggering.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I may love inside the sauna all night. It's true, Gunther.
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other.
I love the lesbian road trip through the kindergarten apocalypse.
That's the best way to describe that game.
It really is. Good job, David.
UDG is Ultra Despair Girls.
It's between Danganronpa 1 and Danganronpa 2.
Yeah.
What?
It stars Makoto's sister.
Swap the scene of the
yes,
crime.
and Toko.
And Toko.
The bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that? Huh?
To hide the truth,
Why
Celeste.
would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
It shows what's going on
an
outside
even bigger
while this
question.
shit happens.
If
Yes.
the murder did take place in
Saw
the
images
boys'
for
locker
5 seconds
room,
on Pursuit.
then how
Damn
did the
it, yeah.
hero get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
UDG is definitely the hardest of the Danganronpa games out there. 100%.
Not in gameplay.
Not in
but,
gameplay.
Like, the hardest in story. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Like, Gunther, you complain that the killings in this game are soft. UDG goes really hard.
It's too hard. It goes too hard.
Too hard.
It completely it completely shatters the tone like of the rest of the games. Like there's an underlying silliness to Danganronpa that Ultra Despair Girls lacks.
If the villains, who are actual literal kindergartners, if they were older, it would not have been a problem. But
no, it would have been a problem, especially with that one little girl.
But that's the thing, because if they were teenagers like these guys, it would not be as traumatic. But I think that was
it would still be bad, though.
It would. No, I'm not saying it's not, but I think that's the point of UDG, that it's supposed to be traumatic, but it's a little too traumatic to play again, at least. It is harsher killings to younger kids, and it makes sense story-wise.
What do I do here?
Broken e-handbook on Leon's handbook.
Okay.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into
Mono
the
Cubs
boys'
can
locker
face
room
UDG
somehow?
can face.
No, these are like literal children. It's not.
She must have hacked her
No.
e-handbook.
I'm gonna spoil it for you guys. Content warning.
No problem for her.
CSA.
One of the kids gets sexually assaulted. You don't see it, but that's her backstory. One of the kids gets physically abused. One of the kids gets medically abused.
Oh god, I missed it.
And one of the kids gets neglected, which is the least horrendous crime out of all of
it's
them.
not the least horrendous, but it's pretty.
Visually,
It's still pretty
it's
horrendous.
least horrendous. And then the mastermind is a girl in a wheelchair who was abused, abused by her family, and it turned out that she wasn't even. She didn't even need the wheelchair. She was just pretending to be the wheelchair for sympathy. So it's pretty fucking rough.
It's because of the conversation happening in the background.
What thing?
Yeah. I was trying to focus on
Leon's handbook.
Yes, I know. I just missed it twice. Because I was trying to pay attention to the conversation.
Did not have to. I was just recapping UDG.
Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh.
Was it broken though?
Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's
How'd you
handbook
break
all
it,
you
Gunther?
want, and you'd be safe.
Yeah, how did you break it?
How'd you
'Cause
escape?
That's actually pretty important. How'd you break the handbook? What'd you do?
Hit the nail square on the noggin. Damn.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her
look
ultimate
at her
programmer
smile.
skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Wow. Jumping the gun there. Is that it then?
No, it wouldn't. Sorry, even she's not strong enough to do it.
Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? Still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say?
Interesting.
Interesting.
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker
I love how we
room.
both said that simultaneously.
I think
Why
we're
are
like
you so
same
sure she
braining
couldn't get
here.
in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make
Oh,
things more
Kyoko's got that mastermind clocked.
She do.
Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Well, you know she's investigating the mastermind behind all this.
Mm-hmm.
The mastermind don't give a fuck,
What is
though.
it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations.
Does Monokuma know?
So,
I
shall
don't
we go?
remember.
What, that Kyoko's investigating?
No. About this
Oh,
specific.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. Monokuma knows everything. Remember the
Right.
cameras.
Yes. I just wasn't sure if that was specifically stated or not. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. This is super important, you guys! And where she took us was...
If you're
back
paying
to the
any
crime
attention
scene.
at all, you have to pay attention to this.
Also apologize for the trigger warning.
Yes.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What
I
are you
understand
trying
why
to
Monokuma hates Kyoko now.
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Just spell it out,
Examine her
Kyoko.
Carefully? Like using our hands?
Not you.
Shut up.
No way.
Good.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Oh my god, I heard the Yako in his voice there real bad.
You did.
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
Okay, sexist.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
It's what you'll be about later.
Damn.
Not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go.
Damn.
I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Okay, Kyoko, we get
Her
it.
entire body? I know you say that, but what? This is... What is this?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
Ah, I see. So she was actually
One night
Oh
stand.
my god, David.
interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact. What?
Okay, Chris Griffin. Jesus Christ.
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Oh my god, why is everybody freaking out? I mean, I know why they're freaking out, but
Guy? Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser?
so he's a creep too? He's not a creep. There's a story
He's not a
behind
creep.
it.
He's not a creep. And don't be like that, Gunter.
It's not a cross-dressing thing.
It's not a cross-dressing thing at all.
It's actually a really, like, I never understood why they thought this was a good idea. But
no.
it plays into Chihiro's storyline.
We're not even at the end yet, Gunter.
You'll see.
We're not even at the end yet.
Now
You'll
let's
see.
ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Makoto will unveil it.
Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy.
The info was
Let's
laid out
pick up from there.
for you on that one, but it wasn't super clear. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. Well,
Remember,
I don't know his
beforehand we
reason for hiding,
established.
But the fact is,
Hold on.
Chihiro was not a girl.
Kyoko, shut up.
But a boy.
How dare you tell her to
It
shut
was
up.
laid out for us. It was laid out for us beforehand, Gunter, that the crime scene was not actually the girls' locker room.
Yeah. They'll say it in here. The crime scene happened in the boys' locker room. And the murderer switched it to the girls' locker room because they did not want people to know.
Right.
To think that
out of
Chihiro-
respect for Chihiro.
Which I actually disagree. I don't think it was respect for Chihiro. Because they...
It was. He actually says it up front.
Yeah, but he knew Chihiro was a guy. And Chihiro hated being perceived as a girl. So
yeah,
why...
But to keep Chihiro's secret.
I don't know, man. I feel like that was not a good way of doing it.
Yeah,
Chihiro
I
was
agree,
actually a
but-
guy.
I mean, keep in mind that the killer is... Oh, never mind. You're right, David. Sorry.
We won't say who the killer is, but we already know.
They're not that bright.
Yeah. The thought never even crossed my mind. The game has already established that
I know, Faye. I know.
Yeah,
and
it'll make sense.
It'll
make sense.
It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. And once it gets worse, we will reveal our actual thoughts on it. Because we have a different theory than a lot of people in the fandom do.
Yeah. The thought had
And
never
because
even
the
crossed my
victim
mind.
was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Oh, Byakuya, interesting that you would clock
Said
that.
he was a boy. He
Yeah.
dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Interesting that the mastermind would say it like that.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the
You can
killer
have
could
different
have
opinion
easily used Sayaka.
Then the
or
rest of the
Hanson to
fandom.
get
Then the
into
rest.
girls'
I said then the
locker
rest of the fandom, Gunter.
Yeah.
Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Yeah, that
Well,
Kyoko, I'm with you on
must
that. I don't
admit,
remember what the
I
motive was
did
for that.
find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little
Oh my god, you heard that?
There
I
was a
knew!
certain incongruity to his female body.
Byakuya, don't clock it like that.
The opinion that we're talking about has nothing to do with the crime. Our opinions are on Chihiro's personality and motives for why he does what he does.
Base,
Titillating situation.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, fandom likes to use this. This is a broad term, by the way. Fandom likes to use this case as an example of Chihiro being transgender. When Chihiro, this is a spoiler, in this game, I don't know how or when, I think at some point in this trial, they're dead, by the way, Chihiro confirms that they are a boy, have always wanted to be a boy, and hates being perceived as female, but was forced to dress feminine because of Chihiro's personal insecurity.
Because Chihiro sees himself as weak.
And to him, weak is equal to female.
Exactly.
Which is obviously wrong.
Yes, you do got to see the backstory.
Yes.
And I think when you see the backstory, you will agree with us.
So basically,
it is common.
The disagreement that we have is that fandom likes to misgender Chihiro and continues to call him a her when Chihiro themselves has said, "I'm a boy," and they hate.
So now
he hates being referred to as female.
All the mysteries have finally become clear.
And I just want to say as a disclaimer, doing the first part of this knowing Chihiro, it was really tough to use she/her for him. Like I hate that. I hate that for him.
Yeah, Monica. That's why I said that, David. Monica, when I said Monokuma's comment about Chihiro being a boy through and through, I was like, that's really interesting that he'd say it like that.
Yeah.
Because
Story writer game developers, whoever, I don't know. They
did for a while.
A little bit.
They did for a while.
When the game came out, I don't think it was really a thing. And then,
Yeah, it was back in 2009.
Yeah, and then suddenly gender became a topic after that. It's the same thing with Persona 4 with, what's her face?
With Naoto.
Naoto. Fandom continues to misgender her as well. Like, you can't. That's a completely different... That's not how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, she literally explained she only went as a boy to be respected because females, again, in Japan are disrespected.
Correct.
So it's like, bro, this all comes down to sexism in Japan, but, whatever.
No, it's not. No, it's not, Gunter. It's not worse than that.
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Byakuya.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned,
It's not
do you
the
still think Byakuya's the killer?
it's not the devs that we're doing wrong here. It's the fandom that's misgendering Chihiro.
That continues to misgender Chihiro.
That continues to misgender Chihiro.
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But
Ted.
I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
They do it with One Piece too.
Aren't you the one?
Yeah,
who
the fandom,
accused him in
right?
the first
I've seen
place?
that with 2 characters,
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this.
which is actually super
Like he's
progressive,
enjoying
by the
solving
way.
the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
I was talking about weak
Oh.
women's statement. That it's just society, Japan society, I guess. And I know
Yeah.
I'm using Japan, but this game is Japanese, and it was from 2009. A lot of Japanese-based YouTubers that I watch have been very vocal about the sexism that continues to happen there to this day. So I know that is a problem. And you see it a lot in this game, clearly. Like, Hina telling Sakura she can't touch the dead body because she's a girl, let a man do it. Like, bro, that's just straight up sexism.
Yeah, like Kyoko willingly did it first, so
and she
didn't have a problem with that.
And you see everybody treating Kyoko like shit because she's doing something quote unquote weird. Like, you're touching a dead body and you're a girl. What the fuck? Like, it's a thing. Like,
yeah,
it's the culture the devs were in at the time, and unfortunately it still is the culture. But it is what it is. It's an old game as well.
That might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him.
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord.
It's true.
Knowing it could connect him to the murder.
Danganronpa is super weird in the sense that it's both forward, like progressive, but also takes steps backwards.
Yeah.
So it's a very weird duality.
I think it's because Konaka wanted to be progressive, but there was only so much he could get away with.
Yeah, I think there's only so much Spike Chunsoft would allow him to get away with.
Exactly.
Ted.
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, It seemed
20
around
years
you.
old,
And then
goddamn.
again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
Byakuya
So
knew.
that's your thinking, huh? Well,
No,
it
when you
bothers me that
found
don't
out
have
during the
more
trial that
concrete
Chihiro was a guy, it
but
wouldn't have rattled him.
Oh, right.
Is what he said.
Yeah.
It's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Wow.
Byakuya, please.
Mark it as correct.
Byakuya really
He's
does not
right.
like to be proven wrong.
I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided
Why
to
was
alter-
Byakuya in the girls' locker room?
The question.
How did Byakuya get access to the girls' locker room? What the
Probably
fuck?
by stealing those handbooks. He knew about those handbooks, right?
But why would he want to go to the girls' locker room? Does he,
I don't know.
Does he explain that? I
I'm
don't
not-
remember.
No.
Thing with you.
Oh my god, he doesn't
I'm
swear.
telling you the truth.
That's what a nerd.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead.
He a freak.
Find it very
He is a
hard to
freak, we know
believe.
this.
You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
Literally, Byakuya just wanted to stir shit and out Toko as Genocide Jack.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't
Oh my
we?
god,
I
he's
thought it
so
was
dumb.
clear Byakuya did it.
He's so
Did he
dumb.
like not pay attention to the last 10 minutes of this?
It's Hero. You know the answer
That's
to that question.
that's you know what? You're
I'm
so
with
fair.
Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Look at that. The two brain cells belong to the two women. You'll love to see it.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Hiro would get himself killed out of
What
fucking
am I,
ball
an ant or
pits.
He would. It's true. He would choke on one of the balls at the ball pit because it looked like an apple.
Oh my
Anyway,
lord, it's
Let's
so
discuss
true.
this all as a group one
So
more time.
Byakuya, no,
We still have time
Byakuya's.
to make our decision.
Shut up, Makoto. Literally, Byakuya's only goal was to expose Toko as Genocide Jack. That's
Yes.
literally it.
Yes. He did not care about anything else aside from that.
He wanted to prove himself right, and then when he proved himself right, he wanted to expose it to the rest of them. And it was kind of his way of like warning them in his own little way. You know what I mean?
Toko
like in
is
his fucked up freaky way.
tongue
Toko
bitch.
Toko is the girl, yeah.
With the tongue.
Toko is Genocide Jack.
With the tongue.
Genocide Jill.
Our lives are all on the line.
He was playing a
Excellent.
different game because he's
Then
bored.
shall we
Yup.
resume our game
Yeah.
of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, who did? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can know for sure. What? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. Killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy.
I got it!
The scissors in at least 2 different ways. Was that very obvious transformation? No. Since
the crime scene. There we go.
Wow. Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. That's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Celeste's account on only the killer.
Okay.
Poor Chihiro.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us
If I am
to
right, I will celebrate with the drink. What kind of drink?
Clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
You should have it ready just in case.
Sure, if someone
You
saw
should.
the killer, they would have said something by now.
We're a few answers away from
someone
the
saw
killer
the
anyway.
victim at some
Tequila,
point.
nice.
Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need
What-
right now
what
is
am I-
any kind of new info.
And only the
It's
killer.
over.
What do I use it on?
It's all
Okay.
over. You want to know who saw the victim?
Better get the song
Killer.
started.
And only the killer.
No, that's wrong! I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows
Great.
about
Makoto.
Makoto.
it. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Just hurry up and tell us!
Oh my god, Taka is so done.
Taka has no patience right now.
Right before nighttime, I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse.
Dormitory warehouse.
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag.
Keep this exact statement right here in mind. It becomes very important later.
Her smile is cute.
The exact wording of this statement. Memorize it.
Track jacket into a duffel bag.
Someone type it exactly as it is phrased into chat, just so we can keep it in mind. And then pin it.
Pin it? Why are we pinning it?
Yes. Because it's crucial. I remember this statement exactly is crucial to figuring out who the killer is.
To a duffel bag.
Thank you.
And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag.
Hang on.
We didn't find anything like that.
I gotta do this too.
You can copy pasta.
No, I can just pin yours.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Since we're sharing chats.
Shit.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
Duffel jacket in a track bag. Gunter, how dare you?
I'm glad I pinned rings.
When he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Rather odd. Well, but better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was
In a hurry.
But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet
I appreciate
with
that
someone,
they all
and
respect
then
that
were
once
going
they
to
find
work
out the
out
truth.
together?
Yeah.
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he
I get the
always
confusion,
declined.
but like once you hear the story, then
Once
it's
you
like,
hear the story,
okay,
yeah, it's like you're just disrespecting.
Yeah.
Like, I understand wanting to connect with the character. I
Yes,
do.
yes.
I absolutely understand that, but connect over what's there.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out.
That is not to say that headcanons are not good. They are good.
No, because I
it's-
have my own. I'm predominantly an AU writer. I
Right.
have my own headcanon.
Yeah, I just want to put that out there. You can also have your headcanons.
Don't try to pass it off as canon is my problem.
Yes.
Exactly, right, Gunter? They all respect it, and it's great.
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
Thank you for the food.
Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
I say food, but it's sashimi.
Ooh, what a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what
This
we
is a
know,
bop. I'm not
It is
gonna
a bop.
lie.
can't even guess.
Thank you for hot pats.
No. You
Someday they
already
will
have
touch
what
us.
You need to make the connection.
You already have what you need.
It's
to make the
quiet.
connection.
Well, I forgot to fix the sound alerts for you guys. It was pretty loud for me. I'll do that next
You
stream.
know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Yeah, the
Think back
volume
to the
for
track jacket
sound
and
alerts is
duffel
actually
bag
not
the killer
connected right now.
disposed of.
Think back to the track.
Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
I remember this. I remember what Kyoko was doing here, and I will tell you guys later.
Are you sure about
Okay,
that?
because I forgot.
You really think we can figure out who did it?
I heard it,
based
though.
on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Oh my god! Huh?
What?
Oh my god, my alerts are so loud.
Oh.
Huh? Huh?
Maybe.
Is you
But we
good?
can make certain inferences.
No, I'm
if
deaf.
we just take the time to talk it out.
Thank you for the posture check. I was shrimping after that.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from.
Do you want to pause for a sec?
No, you can continue. We're almost to the end.
Yeah, but I need you to tell me what to do.
Oh, why is it wet?
And Chihiro's jacket.
You think he hold it? He's been going.
Oh, I see. So silly. It's not his toy.
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. Where is... There it is.
Oh, yeah, I think I know.
Oh my god, I love that email.
Celeste account. Yeah, I know what I'm supposed to use it on.
First of all,
Yeah.
we know where Chihiro was headed.
And I'm not going to spoil
On his
it.
way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit?
Oh, no.
Oh, why'd you do that?
My tracksuit is black.
Hang on.
I have a white track. I got it from the.
Did you pick it up though?
Yes,
Did you guys pick up what?
I did.
Did you guys pick up what I was putting down?
I forgot, and then I saw it, and I was like, ah, I see. She's right. What he said now was just odd.
First of all, he was on his way, so next, why did he choose?
I pushed the wrong button. But did you guys pick up what was
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit?
No, that's wrong.
Did we ever mention what color it is?
Yeah, Mondo, how would
Not
you know
twice,
it's
just
blue?
once.
How did you know it was blue?
How did Mondo know that the tracksuit was blue?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
Saw him stuffing a track. Oh, that's you. Track jacket into a
I know,
duffel
David.
bag. Always got herself like freaking out. Soon he headed off to X. This is such a small detail that I keep losing it every fucking time. It's amazing.
And what I was gonna say was Kyoko did not know that the tracksuit had anything to do with it.
Yep.
She was just setting up something that only the killer would know.
Yep. She's never said anything
So
about
why
the
did
jacket's
you
color.
say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you just...
It's just like Byakuya with the
What color
with the
was Chihiro's tracksuit?
I forgot what he did, but he did something that was the same as this.
the locker room.
Yeah, the locker rooms.
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Well, because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died.
Cherry. I love that.
Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Do you notice that all of Jill's nicknames are food?
Oh, are they really?
Big Mac, Cherry.
Oh, interesting.
Just by chance.
Damn, I
just
admit
happened to see it
defeat
last night.
Kyoko's too smart. She is too smart.
She's the best. She's the best. I love her. She's my queen.
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
Uh-huh.
That can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
He stuffed the jacket into his bag in a hurry. It was almost like he was trying to hide it. And just like that, he was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Damn.
Because
Calling him out. How
we
do
don't know Celeste isn't lying.
yeah.
We don't know Celeste isn't lying, but Mondo is literally exposing himself right now.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right.
Pretty much,
However,
David.
Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why?
I wonder what gave her the
What
clue.
made you so suspicious?
You don't know?
I don't remember.
Remember what he said at the very beginning?
What did he say?
Mondo called Chihiro dude.
Did he really?
Yes.
Oh my god, I missed that completely.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo.
I didn't.
But you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
Oh my god,
Once
I
picked up on
totally
that,
did not catch
It occurred to
that.
me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Damn, Kyoko.
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Calling you out.
Queen! I love her. I love her so much.
Mondo, was it really you?
How could you, Mondo?
Did you really kill Chihiro?
I genuinely hate this
I
trial.
didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a
I'm sorry,
goddamn
but
criminal?
anyone with a belt buckle that big automatically gets my distrust.
Wow. Damn.
It's very Texan.
You would never do something
Wow.
like that. This is a
Damn.
false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
I think I found that
That was
completely by
fast.
coincidence. I think you
Well,
did, to be
This
honest.
does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
Bloodless Doritos, man. That's how I figured out what was supposed. But that was just to expose Jill.
Yeah.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
Broken e-handbook.
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to Chihiro's. No,
Oh, it's Chihiro's? Okay.
Chihiro's.
All right, well.
Chihiro's.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Actually, I was
That's what
technically
was
right.
hoping, but it's
Yes,
busted.
but
It
the
won't
game
even turn
says
on.
no.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
No, I was technically right, but the game wants me to think I'm wrong.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence,
Why is that one
is
broken?
a remarkably high failure rate.
Why is that one broken indeed?
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely
No.
did the handbook
That's
get
weird.
broken?
How did the handbook break?
Hitting its
By
weak
hitting
point.
its weak point.
Got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
Then we can only assume that someone figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands.
No, you don't!
But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break.
High temperatures, huh? Whose handbook has been in a very high temperature situation for a long time?
If you were here last stream, you would know.
Mm-hmm.
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
Rito's man with
Temperature in the
sauna.
sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates,
Monokuma, we don't need to know this.
cooling layer of air around your
In fact, we
skin.
already know
If
this.
the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned
Taka,
one new
please.
fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the
Makoto's
sauna,
like, enough of that, idiot.
then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
I don't think that was on
Meaning
purpose.
the culprit somehow knew its
I think that was just an
weakness.
accident.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
He found out because his already broke that
What
way.
if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Aw, he got
knows.
it too.
He realizes.
It's Mondo. Hey, when I realized I'm a trial full of dumbass dum-dums. Yep.
Here's my answer. Mondo.
Poor Taka, he realized.
Yeah.
Broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing
Oh my
him?
god. He is shook.
He is.
Look at that face.
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
Epi.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his
I have
handbook
to
in one of his
pee-pee.
uniform
I'll
pockets.
be right back. Keep going.
Okay.
And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Uh-oh, I don't remember what I'm supposed to use it on.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he
I think
says
it's-
is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words,
No, I'm not going to use it on
it's
Jill's tongue.
actually broken. Then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, that's wrong. Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
I'm back.
Dun, dun, dun! I did a thing. I remembered something all on my own.
Yay.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
You sit on
What I
Jill's
mean
tongue and
is,
shoot
I
Hifumi
think
down.
Mondo swapped
I said no to
one that
both.
actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own.
I know, right?
After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook?
Bro, we already covered this, Tina.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong.
Poor guy just found his first friend, well, boyfriend, but friend. And now...
You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Wait, I didn't do a thing yet. Okay.
Gym bag with blue tracksuit hanging out.
Yep.
E-handbook being used as a card reader. Chihiro walking into the boys' locker room.
I don't think I have that yet.
Damn. What's the next one? Killer working out with the dumbbell.
No, I don't have that one yet either.
Close up blood splatter.
On the booby poster?
Close up of blood splatter poster, yeah. Killer taking the poster off the wall. Corners are bent. You might not have that.
Okay, so I don't have that. No.
Red girl's locker room door.
Nope, don't have that either.
Killer putting poster back and the corners aren't bent. Extension cord being held, you don't have that. Bloodlust being written on the wall.
Wait, is it back here? No, it's over here.
Steam room. That's the letter. E-handbook lying on the ground, sparking.
It's this one?
The last one is E-handbook lying on the ground. That one.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Okay, where do we get the missing ones? Oh, wow. Okay, cool. You could have just gone over.
Okay, where's the cord? The cord goes...
Extension cord being held is panel 9.
Panel 9.
Yeah.
I'm assuming... Wait, no, this goes here.
Yeah.
And
That
this goes here.
there.
Okay, girls' locker room goes here. Right? Yes. Picks them up, puts them in the girls' locker room. Carpet. Wait a minute. Did I fuck up somewhere?
You might have.
Corners bent goes here.
Wait, why?
Wait, no.
No, that's picking up the dumbbell.
And then that goes here,
Blood
and then
splatter.
corners bent goes here.
Yeah.
And then swimming pool or sauna would be here. And then somewhere all the way back here, I missed
Chiro walking into the boys' locker room.
Yeah.
The killer is you! First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room.
Tip for the next
But
murder:
how could
kill
the victim,
Kyoko, so
who was
solving
apparently a
capabilities
girl,
of the group reduces
access
to
the boys'
10%.
locker room?
There is an ending if you kill Kyoko.
But I'm not gonna do that.
Nope.
Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the
I remember the
unsuspecting
motive
Chihiro,
now.
Yeah. Bonk.
and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from.
That's rough.
You'll see. You'll see, Gunter. It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster, and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. It changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room.
In the boys'
in what you might call a crime scene switch.
Well, Junko's handbook exists.
So does
Junko,
Sayaka's.
Leon, and
Could have been
Sayaka's
the end of
handbooks.
things,
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
no.
they were all in the main hall.
Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more
That's a nice way to put it, Makoto.
Still don't know how or why he went there.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the
Maybe
extension cord
because
from the library.
Mondo left the
then
door
he
open.
got to
I guess, yeah, Mondo must have.
He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body.
Be a
Then,
freak.
using the victim's own blood.
It's possible
he
that
left a
Monokuma
grisly
probably told
message there at the scene
Byakuya
of the crime.
to, like, gave him.
No,
a-
I think it's more likely that Mondo left the door open.
No, but why? I'm saying, like, why would
Genocide
Byakuya
Jack
go
was
to the
responsible
gym,
for the
to the
slaughter.
pool in the first place? Because it's like one thing for him to leave the locker room door open. It's another thing for Byakuya
Around
to
the
be
same
there.
time that Byakuya was putting
Yeah.
together
So
this
I feel like it's
facade,
possible Monokuma was like, "Hey, you want to see something fun?"
the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook.
That's what I was
Just as the
thinking
killer
too.
expected,
Monokuma wouldn't
the
give up a
steamy
body.
sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget.
Running around.
That takes away the shock of discovery.
Somehow, the
True.
killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna.
It's possible
And
that
the
he just
reason they
stumbled
knew
upon
that
it. I
is
guess.
because the sauna had
Yeah, I was
already
thinking that
read their own
Monokuma,
handbook,
that Mondo left the locker room door open.
and that's
He
how
did,
it all
but
played
there's a
out.
door between the locker room and the pool.
Well-
like there's the pool, the locker room, and then there's another
Maybe,
door.
maybe. Oh, Theory. Byakuya heard the commotion.
Oh, maybe.
Or like, because he was in the library.
True.
Because he was pretty much living in the library.
Oh my god, that's such a disturbed picture of Mondo.
I know, right?
There were 2 handbooks in the hall.
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence?
No, Byakuya didn't use the other. I think he just overheard it because he was in the library.
I think in Mondo's hurry to hide what he did, he left the locker room door open.
Yeah.
Because remember, he was also switching stuff around, and it makes sense for that door to stay open. And
it makes sense for Byakuya to have... Maybe he was going down to get a drink from the storage room or from the dining hall.
Probably, yeah.
You know?
And he overheard it.
Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo is the killer that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now. Once I do that, everything will become clear.
Just in case I need another thingy, can you
There's nothing else.
Yeah, I need a piece of evidence. Fever time and oh,
broken handbook.
Okay. Fever time will activate and the temple will be forced to its max. Buttons at random you won't miss. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, that means Byakuya knew everything he didn't tell. No, he didn't know what happened. He just stumbled upon the body in the girls' locker room already and decided that he was going to out Toko as Genocide Jill, so he staged it to look like one of her kills. He did not care that Chihiro was dead or that somebody had murdered. He just assumed that Toko did it despite their promise and decided to frame it as such, even though he kind of knew that's not her MO.
Show me some evidence.
He also thought it would be more interesting.
I won't listen. I refute you. False.
But he did do something illegal, which is tampering with the dead body.
Not that law really matters here.
I won't
no,
listen.
But you know.
I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen.
Okay.
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Sorry, kid.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo
cost
must
us
have
the worst
replaced
class
his
rep. Damn.
broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. I did it.
I am pretty good at rhythm games.
There you have it.
We'll play until Makoto gets to his room just so that we can keep the tidy chapter setup we have.
Yeah,
you know?
Hopefully we can get through it fast, though. My mom's not home yet, but...
They don't have S's. They don't have S's.
What are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait, hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank!
How about you phrase that any other way?
As the blackened this time around. Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Dun da da da!
What?
Uh-oh! This time it looks like you got it right again. Yeah, it is so. The blackened to kill Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada! 10.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
Thanks.
No, why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why did you do it?
Bro, you are leaking out of every orifice.
Poor guy.
Ted.
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't want to hear it, you can hit the B button to fast forward the text. Wow. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out.
Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy.
But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside him, and he was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger.
I'm weak.
Oh. Oh, he didn't say it. Yes, he did say it.
No, he didn't say that one, but he said this one. Once the killing game had begun here at school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro was actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack and the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before.
As you should, Gunter.
Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
I also don't want to leave things the way they are. So maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone.
No, we cannot blame Sakura for Chihiro's murder. Sakura would have protected Chihiro with her life.
Yep.
Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better.
No, her existence didn't increase Chihiro's insecurity. You know whose did? Mondo's.
Oh, you didn't read that part.
And so...
That day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first and then ask him to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to.
Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went
and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's help support would he ever be able to come close to that?
Correct.
Yeah.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro.
If you think about it, this entire chapter moral was how toxic masculinity is.
I was just gonna say.
People. Yeah, huh? What did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men that he'd made to Chihiro.
But
how does moving the body keep a secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See?
I mean, we were going to find out either way, though. Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to
Yeah,
Chihiro.
but Mondo's not that smart. Mondo's not that smart. He thought that would be enough.
I guess.
He thought he would... Yeah.
I can see why Mondo thought it was honoring Chihiro. Why would he do that?
Just take your poop, bro.
The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why did you?
Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it, after all.
Yeah, I would have. I think it would have been about the same level of confusion as what they had.
The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong.
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can, and that's all there is to it. While we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey!
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Look at that. Did the murder, and it was absolutely futile.
I know.
Because his secret came out anyway. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle. I need to take a drink. My tongue keeps getting stuck on the roof of my mouth because my mouth is dry. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his #2, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy.
You say it like that every time.
But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother, that's because I forget that phrase exists in here, and it takes me off guard every time. When Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers from the other members of the gang. Which is why... I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. These voices could not be any more different. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly...
Damn, that brother is hot as fuck.
Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. You want to be Daya?
My bad, kid. Fucked up. Sorry.
Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened.
Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. That's so sad.
It is. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together and to keep the promise to his brother, he could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm
strong. Strong times 6. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And lovely, hateful Monokuma announced blah, blah, blah. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. That's when Mondo switched his classic flavor Doritos into feet flavor. Wow.
Yeah, basically.
If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all that guilt I'd been carrying around, it would have been for nothing. So that's why I
Mondo.
After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling, bro dissociated.
Yeah.
I'd never felt anything like it before.
He was traumatized.
I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you.
But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever.
His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was Why is his text in Makoto's blue? I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself.
I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try to overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
So the reason for murder was projection. Essentially,
yes. Yeah.
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. Mondo.
It's really sad, isn't it, Gunther?
It's horrendous. Out of all the deaths in the series,
sad.
this one is like the most sad, I think.
I don't know. I think Sakura's is...
Well, Sakura's is sad for a different reason.
Oh, spoilers. Spoilers.
Oh.
But whatever.
That's
I think
you.
Sakura's gets to me the most.
This one gets to me.
I felt like I could hear something starting to creak.
They both get to
something
me, but,
inside my head.
but,
Yeah,
you know.
I know, right, Faye? It hurts me too.
I don't.
It
sorry.
hurts me bad.
I'm sorry, Faye. I don't know if you.
Yeah,
were
I'm
aware
really
of that.
sorry. You'll have to cut like that whole part.
Yeah.
Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Aww.
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted
No,
to...
I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong times 6 again. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch.
And stronger than Daya.
Damn, he got
Correct.
triggered.
I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet covered in... Wow, he really did go into a dissociative episode.
He did. It was...
When I woke up...
It was a murder of passion.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
Yeah. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring down at him down on the ground.
Hey.
Ted. I killed him.
I killed Chihiro.
Oh, well.
Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Twice. Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded.
No, bro, that was not a cold-blooded murder, actually.
That
was a
wasn't.
hot-blooded, passionate murder.
Yeah. God damn it.
Monokuma! Look at him, you see? You're all just like him! For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. Some might say, exactly, Gunter. Yep. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't.
You bastard. Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead and say that again. I dare you.
Good voice war.
He's so mad. Poor Taka.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want, is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching.
Wasn't off, that was off. I am smart. You are smart-ish. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Oh, he is shooketh.
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
That takes me off guard every time. That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, Massa-ish. You can't spray me, it's the truth.
Oh, hold on.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Awana, the ultimate biker gang leader.
No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
You said wait. Okay, I'm ready for my drink.
Sorry, man.
Do it. Drink
I
it.
couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
I see execution and I drink.
Masculinity is a bad thing, now you see.
It is. It's true. That's why it's toxic.
Mm-hmm. Monokuma with his little fucking Mondo hair.
Cage of
the
Death.
Cage of Death. He shed his Mondo hair.
He did.
Vaporized.
Smooth like butter.
And turned into a tub of butter.
Mound of butter. That's rough.
That's rough, buddy.
It's also a horrendous way to die.
Mm-hmm. Vaporized and oh, look at Sakura. She is pissed.
She's pissed.
Oh, Toko's back to Toko.
It can't be. My brother.
Oh, his first friend.
Yeah. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again.
Same.
Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen.
The best thing you could ever do, dude.
Poor Taco.
Let's let that scream linger for a second.
Right.
Aww.
He does it twice. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again that of course he had to.
What a disappointment. This is the end of the game.
But Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane. You know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that
However,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting.
His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone.
Last night, when the murder took place, yeah, see, he overheard it from the library.
Yeah.
I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girl. Oh, that he did know.
Oh, okay. So
I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker
That's
room.
Insane.
After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder?
Didn't witness the murder, you
he was
idiot.
such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So, you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand.
Byakuya knew all along.
I thought it would
Damn,
liven
I am
things
smarter
up.
than myself. You did
You
all
did that
that
all
to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene. But damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Why did
Your mouse is there. Hello.
Yeah, because somehow my computer clicked away from the game. That was weird. Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course.
Byakuya turned to look me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me.
Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
You look so angry.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I know who I'll have to watch out for.
What? Bruh.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next! Why is this all me? You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
You need to watch out for
Do
Kyoko.
you
He
like
should.
them? He should watch out for Kyoko. But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Oh my god, it's really just me.
It do be you.
Mean? Mean?
The character's getting killed off.
Mean?
What the heck?
Mean.
Damn it!
Good grief! I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing! Whatever. It doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the... You know what?
Huh?
I think Byakuya lost his mind.
You think so?
I think so. I think when he witnessed Leon dying, he literally snapped.
It's possible.
Because he went from, I'm not going to play your games, to I'm going to stand alone as the victor.
Yeah.
So I think this literally just snapped and triggered his competitive spirit.
Jesus.
And then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh.
Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
Enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. Leon was baseball guy.
Yeah. The redhead.
I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
For which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Oh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper! Sounds like someone needs a nap. I'm not doing that laugh.
Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end.
So in the end,
Killing game would still continue. Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who are still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us.
Christ, Moto! He's fine. He keeps cats in his room, not dogs.
All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it here.
Anyway, like I was saying.
You sure? Does it play
Yeah,
there?
we'll start. Oh, I can't save it here.
This is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
Stop breaking the fourth wall, Monokuma!
Yeah, I can't.
Anyway,
Really, no one wants
isn't
to be
it
your friend.
amazing how that girl went and killed someone before
Don't be
things
so mean to
even
him.
had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain
Almost
and
done.
effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
We're not gonna TED because that might give away who the person is.
There's nothing, no blah, blah, blah.
Well, hang on. Just read it in our normal voice. Yeah, go ahead and read it in your normal voice.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh,
That's not what he said.
my. You really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super
You don't get a pro
denied,
tag switch until
ultra
V3.
denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
I forgot that Monokuma literally gives away that the mastermind is not one of the 15 that were there.
Yeah. Ted. Yeah, the game spells it out for you, but it's such a like throwaway line that you kind of forget about it until later.
Yeah.
The end.
10 left.
10
Do I get to save?
left.
Do I get to save?
Continued.
Do I get to save?
Hey, Wyvern. HS no stretch redeem. I don't have a stretch? I thought I had a stretch. I did have a stretch once upon a time.
Oh god, Makoto. Okay.
I do have a stretch. What do you mean?
And on this mysterious Ted, we are going to leave you. After I posture check.
Thank you for stretch. I will do so.
And posture check.
Oh my god. Oh, posture check.
Why can't I get out of this thing? Oops, 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 oops. There we go. Nope. There we go.
Oh, I forgot I didn't have the models on the stream ending soon. I'll put them there afterward. Or I could just put them there now. Hang on.
Alright, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us. We got through the second trial. We got a fuck ton more to go. Actually, not that much.
A little bit.
It's a little bit. We have 3 more trials? 2 more trials.
3. No, 4. 3. Because there's the next one, which is the double murder.
There's the double murder, there's the self-sacrifice, and then there's the last class trial.
Yeah, so there's 3.
Yes. Alright. We're kind of halfway, sort of.
Yeah.
Some Halloran made it the whole stream without deserving jail. I know, right? It's because I get invested in this chapter.
Yeah.
Trial. It's so sad. Like, I hate it, but it's one of the more well-written ones, I think, in my opinion. Alright, everyone, good night. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody!
Bye-bye!